Kamusta naman kayo dyan, guys? Welcome back dito sa latest episode natin ng RRM Plus C. Marami tayong pag-usapan. Medyo social yung setup natin ngayon kasi nile-level up natin habang lumilevel up din yung mga ibang kandidato sa eleksyon. Marami tayong pag-usapan. Obviously, may mga kandidato tayong kasama. Kamusta yung race sa Senado? Hinintay ba nila na si Tatay Digong ay magtatanggal ng 15 na kandidato or 15 na incumbent? Tignan natin ano yung implication yan. Marami na nag-drop out. So you never know. Who knows kung sinong mga maging Magic 12 or at least top 20 soon. Pag-usapan din natin ang nangyari sa Mandaluyong, of course, kasi tumatakbo sa pagkakonsehal yung isang kaibigan natin. And of course, last but also the least, ay si former Secretary of Political Affairs, Ronald Lord Tornaga Llamas. Marami tayong mga chismis, marites, but of course, medyo high-grade analysis din. So abangan yan, guys. Marami tayong pag-usapan. So many angles, so many issues. At yes, of course, ang kinin natin yan, tayo na po ang pioneer ng manosphere sa Pilipinas. Kasi pansin nyo, puro lang kami mga lalaki nagmamarites. Of course, we're open to work with everyone. Nagkataon lang. Ito lang ma-afford natin kasi yung mga iba medyo... Ito yung pinaka-least complicated. Ay, pare, dito ka bukas. Dito ka. Pare, dito ka. Dito ka. Yun lang. I mean, baka sasabihin ko maarting. Hindi ko sinasabi yan. Sinasabi ko lang, we're fortunate to have a couple of friends who just happen to be male friends na medyo madali manghakot. Parang rally. Hakot pero walang 500 pesos or 1,000. Pambayad naman namin ng production dito. So, thank you by the way sa mga nag-membership. 4 pa lang yung membership natin. Pwede ko na pangalanan. Na-memorize ko na si Ma'am Vicky, si Riz, si Jocelyn, si Ma'am Noemi. Thank you for your membership sa YouTube natin. We just launched it the other week. Hindi po yan libre, pero hindi rin siya, mga isang Starbucks coffee lang, monthly, yung level. At of course, mas magaling tayo sa Netflix at yung mga ibang channels. So, you're free to join us. Membership, may levels yan. Meron Kameta Beshi, yun ang entry level. Meron Kameta, talaga. And then, may Super Kameta na talagang, kumbaga, Lamborghini level. But all of them very affordable. Either isang latte coffee or isang latte plus konting cake on the sides, no? So yun lang hinihingi namin per month sa inyo para ma-afford natin itong mga medyo Yakuza, Shogun setup natin dahil seryosong pag-usapan natin. Alam niyo naman, we always try to bring some humor and entertainment, but at the end of the day, these are serious discussion. Para sa bayan, thank you very much and looking forward to your also inputs and questions para in the future, mas interactive po tayo. Salamat, God bless, and talk to you soon. Ayan na, welcome back guys to etong so far, RNC lang. Mukhang late na naman si M at saka yung the biggest of Big R. But don't worry, they're gonna join us. In the meantime, hindi naman kami nagkakulang. I think the last time nagsama kami, 1 hour na pala. Okay, maybe you wanna pick off where we left off last time, which is yung tattoo. Meron na bang tattoo therapy? Parang si Philmar, maayos na sila ngayon. Nag-tattoo sila ulit.
Yeah, nagpa-tattoo si Andy at saka si Philmar nga eh. And honestly, like for me, yung nangyari dun, it's just Philmar being clueless. Yun lang yun eh. Lack of empathy, being clueless to your partner.
I think insensitive could be a term.
Okay.
Yeah, come on. Let's cut it out, bro.
There you go.
Insensitive, bro.
Insensitive.
Come on. Let's not defend it.
Yeah, it is insensitive. No matter what, kahit naman sino, that was so wrong on every level, man. So, I don't know what the issue with Derek Ramsey making a comment about...
He's trying to be the Andrew Tate of the Philippines. Yung vibes niya parang, mga lalaki, wag niyo embarrass yung women, you have to solve it within your own. Siguro,
really?
I won't be surprised if Derek goes down that road. Kasi di ba, may pagka-macho effect siyang ganyan. I mean, wala pa tayong ganun na Andrew Tate style of figure. Kaya unahin natin bago dumating yan. But I think he has the potential.
Well, I don't know, man. Like, I don't even know the Andrew Tate model really works for Filipinos. Does it? Do you think it works?
Yeah!
For Filipinos?
Toxic macho.
Yung very toxic masculinity na ganyan. I mean, man, I feel bad for all the... Think about that. Yung ganyang Andrew Tate model.
Yeah.
The Andrew Tate model attracts what kind of a man?
Incels.
Beta males.
Incels.
Sure, incels. You want to call them
Sorry to say, yeah.
Pero it attracts men that are weak. That's what he attracts.
Right.
And who think they're alpha, but there are a lot of beta males that are willing to pay for his course to be better.
Did you watch his scores, man?
No, I didn't watch.
Yung academy niya.
Pero yung academy niya, from what I've seen, from the people that talked about him, it's a joke. It's a really bad joke. I feel bad because they're scamming all these men who want to improve themselves, and nagbabayad sila ng mga malaking binabayaran nila, parang $50, $100 yan per month or something.
Grabe.
All just to get these crappy courses that are not even going to help you be a better person. That's how Andrew Tate made his money. But feeding off the insecurities of
feeding
men.
off insecurity, it's a classic scam, no? Feeding off insecurities and at the same time, yung idea ng tricks of the trade kaagad. Yung you don't learn the trade, you just go to the tricks right away. Let's be honest, mabenta yan eh.
Tama, it's a shortcut. A lot of people like shortcuts, di ba? So pag binigyan mo sila ng eto lang gawin mo, without understanding why you do it, then they're doing the action, but the intention's not there. Kung wala yung intent, kahit na anong action mo, it's not gonna get you anywhere. It's the same as I always liken it to the analogy of driving. Na you and me can be driving, the same activity. Pero ikaw, alam mo, you're driving to go to Baguio. Oh, let's drive for 3 hours and I don't know where I'm going. We're doing the exact same activity. Where do I end up? Nowhere.
Yeah.
Where do you end up? Baguio. So that's why it's important not just to learn the trick, but to learn the actual trade, like you said.
Yeah, and then so you have a sense of direction and all of that. And ako, people were saying, Richard, talaga napaka-Ilocano kuripot mo. Bakit one-man production ka dati? Medyo ngayon nag-level up tayo. Salamat kay Sir RJ and all. I said, well, first of all, I want to learn how this thing is done para later on when I give instructions. Hindi ako mukhang tanga. Kasi nakita yung ibang rich kids, no offense sa mga ibang rich kids, like, okay, mommy will just pay the production and everything. Like, ganun lang. Dude, you'll never be respected in the field, right? You'll never be legit. So you have to really start, learn the trade, and then later on you level up and learn the tricks, ano yung X factor. Pero bago ka mag-X factor, you have to learn muna what is the A, B, and C's of the trade. So, kaya ako ganun. So, yes, may pagka-Ilocano tayo. That's true. Hindi naman nagreklamo si RJ. Pero, ang point ko lang is, you have to first learn the thing so that you come into the business, whether it's blogging, whether it's media, whatever, with a certain kind of gravitas and credibility and all of that. But I want to go back again to this issue ng, do you think the Filipino man, and obviously this is always generalization. We're not talking about 100%. Right. But tendencies though. Do you think meron tayong pagkakulang sa emotional vocabulary? The ability to open up in terms of vulnerability. Kasi napansin ko, purong banter lang pag mga lalaking kasama. Uy, daming chicks. Uy, ganda ng chicks ng ganito. Hindi, uy, pare, hirap naman yung ganito. You see that very rarely, unless heartbroken yung tao.
Alam mo, bro, I actually think that is a male trait. That is a masculine trait. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad trait. I do believe that if a man is too emotional and cannot manage their emotional expression, what will end up is he may not be able to uphold naman the other masculine traits, which is to be resilient, to be the one that's the one that secures the household, the community. Yun ang role kasi ng lalaki, 'di ba? That's a masculine role in society, is to be the protector of your community. Now, if you're too much of somebody who's expressive and crying about every little thing, that's a good thing that you're able to express yourself. But at the same time, the flip side of that is you may end up to be weaker because you're not able to learn how to manage that emotions, to be able to focus it on being able to drive forward rather than to just feel it. That's a feminine trait. And again, when I say that, there's no judgment on
but
what
can't
I said.
a man have both elements of, look at the scripture, look at ancient Greek stories, right? You have these warrior types, leaders who also have artistic side, aesthetic side, emotionally self-reflect. Ako, para sa akin kasi hindi siya mutual exclusive. In a sense that, feeling ko, men from a very young age should learn to be able to admit weakness and vulnerability to a degree that allows them to be stronger and come out of their failures. Not in terms of, kawawa na ako, loser na ako, wala nang tapos ng buhay ko. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay, I got what you're saying. And okay, so here's what I mean naman. So I think that to understand each other, this is where I'm coming from. I don't mean that you shouldn't express yourself. I think that an over-expression or an over-emphasis on the feelings will result in lack of action. So what I mean by that is, pag tinignan mo I'll give you a good example. UFC fighters,
Yeah.
Man, these guys are alphas to the very extent. I mean,
Sigma,
to put yourself out there in the cage.
To get killed, potentially.
You will get killed. Yeah,
potentially.
exactly.
Yeah.
That takes a certain amount of medyo insanity to do that. Pero you know what? When they lose, do you notice? Umiiyak sila. Yeah. They cry. Some of them cry in public.
Or even when they win, they cry.
Yeah,
I mean, ilang beses. Si Style Bender, di ba? When he was able to get back his revenge.
So,
napaiyak siya,
pare, there's nothing wrong with crying, and it doesn't mean you're less masculine when you cry. So when I talk about expression, I don't mean it in a way na parang you can't express yourself. You can. And that doesn't take away from your manhood or your masculinity. What I'm saying is, there are a lot of guys that fall into the emotional drama rather than using it to fuel your passion, purpose, and to drive you to be able to be more productive in society. Because I do believe that if you look at the masculine role, it is to drive society forward more than anything. Women are the nurturing type. They're the ones that's why in their nature, pag nag-uusap ang mga babae, they're very caring and they're very and you can use that. A man needs that kind of support. Right? So when you're feeling down, there's your woman to be able to give you that. That's how you guys complement each other. That's what I'm saying. And the problem now with Western society is, parang ngayon, they look down on the idea that women are just there to nurture. No, women can also be leaders. I'm not saying they can't. Why do you even look at it that way? Na parang
either or.
Na parang because they're not a leader, that means they're weaker. Who's saying that? Nobody's saying that. Except the people that are trying to perpetuate the idea that if a woman is not a CEO, they're less of a woman. Hell no. That makes them as equal and more of a woman, if you think about it, and equal to their partner that's a guy.
Ako, I hope I don't get canceled for. I'm really impressed with women who have been able to like do it all at the same time. Like they're theoretical physicists at the cutting edge of NASA research who are able to like be also a mom of 3 kids.
Oh yeah.
Through like their periods of like, oh my God, how did you pull that off? Right? Yeah. I'm thinking even as a man, we don't have to go through the labor and all of that. Like, if I had kids in my 20s, or like, how was I gonna build up everything I've done? So sobrang believable. Yung mga people who end up as CEO eventually while building the family now. So I just felt medyo false binary na you have to choose career over family and all of that. Even though you and I are not necessarily the best examples of that, because it looks like so far our choices in life. So we're trying to be as outsider to this discussion as possible. So, but I want to go back to this. When I mean emotional vocabulary, it's not yung parang drama, tas paawa effect. More like the ability to be honest. Okay, kunyari, trauma happened in my family. Dad went this, mom went this, and you can work it out, you can talk it out, parang with a coach, parang coach, like coaches that you do coaching, like you talk it out, that's the emotional vocabulary, and then from there, you level up. Kasi ang feeling ko lang, marami sa mga kalalakihan, especially young men, and there's lots of studies, not yet in the Philippines, but in other countries that, titignan mo yung mga communities na marginalized communities. Yes. A lot of young men get into crime and drugs because they're just trying to escape the trauma.
Yes.
While actually the girls in those families are the one who end up becoming someone like Michelle Obama, right?
Yes.
So you have more cases of women in disadvantaged communities making it up than men, because the argument is that first of all, women grow faster, yung brain nila, emotionally and all, and then at the same time, culturally speaking, they're given more tools to process yung trauma and difficulties move forward, while yung mga men hindi ganun. Kaya yung Kuya Talks ko is, I felt it's coming from a place whereby we have to make it comfortable. You can be alpha and at the same time show emotional vulnerability to a degree just to work it to go to the next level.
Right. Okay, so
I think nakakaintindihan na tayo. I think we're using different words, but I think we're at the same level, right?
Yeah. I think definitely pareho yung pinag-uusapan natin. It's just on maybe a different degree of where it's coming from. Now, one thing that I wanted to add, especially in the Philippines, one of the main problems we have, and this is the reason why there are a lot of men that don't know how to act like men anymore, is because marami tayong single-parent households. And 95, if I'm not mistaken, 95 to 19, baka as much as 99% of those single parents
are
women, are the mothers. So you've got all these boys that are growing up fatherless or without a father figure or a male role model. And if you're, and there's a lot of them, and mind you, I say that without trying to belittle anybody, because honestly, I have a lot of respect for single moms to be able to do that. Like you said, nagtatrabaho, pinapalaki yung kanilang anak to be able to be both the masculine and the feminine in one household. That takes a lot. That takes a lot of effort and a lot of energy. So, ang message ko dito is for a lot of the guys that are in that situation and you want to level up, you want to be more of the masculine man, the man that takes care of your mom, you takes care of your community, your neighborhood, then you need to look for and find a good role model that you can attach to. Problem is, most men kasi don't know where that is. So, what do they end up? They start attaching themselves to mga Andrew Tates. Kasi they think that that's what a male is. Especially in the States. A lot of these men are attaching themselves to mga Andrew Tate,
Jordan Peterson,
Floyd Mayweather, yung mga, this is, the bling.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, so I'm referring to the money.
Alam ko, Jake Paul brothers.
Jake Paul. It's about how they express themselves as I'm the man, and look at me, money, and material things, and this is how it is to be a man. It's not. Bro, if you want to be a man, you got to learn how to take care of family, community, the ones around you, and take care of yourself. That's how you become a man. It starts with you. Being able to take care of yourself, being self-sufficient. That is the best way to gain confidence. Self-sufficiency. After that, then your immediate family, and then your community. And then you go further out. That's how you do it. Kaya tingin ko, dami natin problema sa mundo ngayon all the mass shootings,
all the dysfunctions
of society,
it's exploding into the surface.
It's because of the weak man. Yun. And that argument of the weak man is what actually shows you bakit nagkakaroon nitong strong man countries right now. The elections of all these strong men is because of all the weak men electing them. It's passing on the buck. I'm not responsible enough. I don't know what to do. I'd rather he deal with all the problems. He's the one who's going to be my mouthpiece. Thus, you've got the Donald Trumps and all the other.
And I want to talk about the other ones. I think Donald Trump is really a legit, New York boy, gangster and all. Andrew Tate, for everything against that, is the guy had martial arts background, etc. But the one that interests me are all of these dorkies who are cosplaying as strongman now, like Elon Musk. Nag-TRT na yata ngayon si Mark Zuckerberg, putting chain, building beard. Jeff Bezos, building muscle. These were like dorkies back in the day. These were the guys who were bullied in school. These are the guys. So parang feeling ko nag-overcompensate sila ngayon. And just look at how Elon is just jump. It's embarrassing, but he doesn't care. He's the richest man and the real alpha sigma guy. Trump loves him. And so parang revenge of the nerds ang nangyari dito I mean, that's how I see it.
So
you can disagree with me on that.
I'm gonna disagree with this one because see now you've taken somebody who probably started as a beta man and now you've made fun of him for improving themselves to be more of an alpha. Diba? Think about what you just did.
That's my problem. I had no problem when Elon Musk was building Tesla into mainstream, although he didn't found it. He just bought, and then the SpaceX one out of nowhere. I give him all respect. What I don't like is this kind of megalomaniac version of him in the past few years, whereby I'm just gonna gut the whole federal. I'm just gonna kick out, send my baby nerds there.
Sure,
this is overcompensation. That's what I don't like.
Okay, so
I'm fine with him building himself because I know, of course, his dad was a horrible person to him. I understand his trauma. Actually, I have a lot of love and respect for the Elon I used to know and look up to. And then the next thing I know is he's overdoing it, bro. He's overdoing it. This is all over the place now.
Pero I think
that's my problem.
Yeah, so I think what you're doing is you have to separate the actions from the person. These you don't like his actions, but it doesn't necessarily mean that.
Di ba reflection ng mindset niyan? His
sure,
mindset has changed, bro.
But the actions kasi are mutable. They actually are amiable. They can change. Malleable, but compared to the person's hardlined. This is how you are. This is your core values. This is an expression of his core values. What I'm saying is, you can't hate the person for the actions. You can hate the actions. Otherwise, kasi, then you brought up the issue with Jeff Bezos building muscles. Nothing wrong with that, man. Like for me,
nothing wrong with that. But honestly, do you really need to have this level? I think our arms are okay.
If you have the money and the time to be able to improve yourself physically and look better and feel good, why not? There's nothing wrong with that. Mark Zuckerberg, do you know he's a marathon? He finishes the marathon under 4 hours. He does jiu-jitsu. He actually is a champion. For me, Dude, there is nothing wrong with that. If you look at the biggest biggest UFC champions, they started as being bullied. George St. Pierre.
Yeah, Strickland. Sean Strickland.
Sure,
yeah.
Israel Adesanya was a skinny kid, and then he was a dancer. And he said, hey, I can turn this into martial arts. So what I'm saying, Richard,
yeah, but they're not going all around the world and trying to mess around with millions of people.
Yeah, so
they're still champions for me.
So you're just basically have the issue with Elon Musk and you using everyone else.
No.
As an example.
It's just a couple of... Actually, there are a couple of people don't know about. Ito yung mga imagine like, forget about Elon Musk. Mark Zuckerberg, minus the MMA training, minus all of that, and then citing Sparta as an example. We have to go there and be a true man, what the Greeks used to do. And then you look at the guy, I don't think he can run a 1-kilometer marathon. These are the people you don't know, but I can mention them later on. So there are a couple of other people. So I use lang itong mga names na to because sila yung more known.
Yes.
But actually, they're part of a bigger ecosystem of tech bros.
Yep.
A lot of them, in fairness to you, a lot of them are not the type of, parang, another thing I like about Mark Zuckerberg now, for instance, is that he has a new business about, parang ranch siya, to rear the best possible beef and meat.
Yeah.
Again, going back to health, for me, if you can find that perfect steak, you can really be... So, I'm all for that. I'm all for the SpaceX and pushing the envelope. Ang point ko lang is, I think there's a lot of law of compensation, dynamic going on there. I think there's a lot of cosplaying going on there. And I think these guys, for everything they bring to the table, actually, they're just tip of the iceberg. And there are a lot of really insecure, traumatized folks out there who suddenly have billions of dollars at their disposal. They have the ears of Donald Trump, and they're just effing around with the lives of millions of people who have been working in bureaucracy. Because I hope people listen to the story of people who were fired, including from Veterans Office. People who come from military background and say, next thing I know, not only my wife, I got also fired. So I'm coming from there.
Right.
But I get what you're saying. Of course, it looks like, Richard, napakayabang mo naman just because they look nerdier than you. And then MMA sila, parang you're still bringing them down. Well, ako kasi personally, I don't know about your story. I was bullied when I was a kid, but I was a bully too. I was a weird case. Like, you bully me, I bully you back. I mean, it was a crazy...
Yeah.
Law of jungle yan. Parang I'm like the lion being bullied by a tiger, then I go down and then bully. So, I had a very mixed... So, I never had a complex. Parang, hindi ba ako insecure sa sarili ko? But I had experience. Like, I know how it feels to be bullied by someone twice my size. But I was also a bully. Like, sabi nga ng iba, trash talk pa lang, talo na daw yung mga kalaban. And I got into some horrible fights when I was a kid, and things got broken. So na-trauma na ako. But I did martial arts all the way, black belt taekwondo. Then I started boxing, and I'm hoping to do BJJ. So I'm into the Joe Rogan sphere to a certain degree.
Right.
I admit that. Ang akin lang, but I don't go out there and overflex it. You know what I'm saying? Or when I do that, I feel bad actually about it. It's like, Richard, did you really have to do a 360 kicks in BGC na ginagamit na panggago sa'yo na ibang tao? Ayan, may malalaki ako nakitang yellow color. Senator, I can see you there. Come on, Senator, join us. Yeah.
Ayan, si Mark Gamboa.
Kamusta, brother?
Hey, Mark. Napanood mo ba yung huli kong video? Hindi mo napanood siguro, kakalabas pala kahapon eh.
Di pa.
Okay. Pinili ko na yung aking mga senatorial balls.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
Pinili ko na yung 12.
Oo.
Sinama kita doon.
Ayun! Diyan eh.
Paki-forward sa akin, pari-forward ko.
And I explain my reasons.
Basta wala lang si ano doon. Si ano at saka si ano.
Well, I don't think everyone agrees with my choices eh. And,
naman.
But the good thing was, what was interesting...
Oh, we agree on this choice. At least,
diba?
yeah.
Pero what was interesting sa akin is kahit na hindi naman lahat nag-agree sa choice ko is, generally, if I read as much comment as I can, respectful lahat naman. Na, okay, yun ang pinili mo, ito yung akin. Okay, sabi ko, listen, for me, everyone has the right to choose who they want and hindi talaga ako magkaka-issue with you. Basta lang, wag lang yung medyo talagang stupid. May mga iba kasi talagang nagtataka ka, pati nila binoboto. Pero, again, naintindihan ko naman yung mga karamihan ng botante natin, how they vote eh. So, no issue. People that say to me, they're voting bongo, naintindihan ko why eh. You know when they say, bakit? The reason is always the Malasakit Center. That's what they always say. Sabi ko, okay, hey, listen, I understand. If nakatulong yung Malasakit Center sa'yo, tapos binoto mo boboto mo dahil doon, it makes sense. Why not? Di ba? Even though that...
And he has been very careful not to say anything much, right? Tahimik siya eh. Sometimes, strategic communications, he's like flawless, right?
Yeah.
To the point na nagalit si Basta sa kanya last year. Akala ko kay Digong ka, ba't di ka nagsasalita ngayon? And then, konting pumitik siya, tapos tahimik na naman siya ulit. He's very good in playing this shadow game.
Yes.
So, he's a shadowy figure and that's helping him a lot. I want to ask him something. Bro, so, are you optimistic na yung, ayan na si Lord Tornaga, dito po kayo. Optimistic ka ba, Mark, na yung sinabi ni, kamusta po, sir? Ayan na, war room na talaga. Naka-Zelensky ka. Ito, Mark, tanong kita. Maybe let's get a little bit more cozy here.
Ayan,
para sausage party talaga. No. I wanted to ask. Sabi nga ni Digong, hindi ko alam, 15 papatayin niya na sitting senator or candidates, dami nag-drop out. Sa tingin mo pa, malapit na umakyat lahat kasi marami
Kung ako matatanungin, kung makausap ko si Digong, sabihin ko, gawin niya 30.
Ayan tayo! Ayan tayo! Ayan tayo!
Sabihin ko, tatay, don't be selfish.
Oo, tatay.
Idamay mo na ako, 30 na, para makapasok ako.
Saka tatay, don't be too conservative.
30 lang ba? Hindi 40.
Uy, grabe naman! Sa Okta naman, siya, tied siya from 27 to di ba? So, okay naman. But Mark, kamusta? How is the campaign so far? Talagang yellow ka. Naunahan mo pa si Bam Aquino eh.
Anniversary eh.
Today?
22
Ayun.
Oh, wow!
Hindi na, may misa sa Etcha Shrine.
Ayan.
Nandun sila Drilon, sila Kiko D.
Oh, wow.
Lahat kanina. And sa labas ako dahil medyo baka magbago yung klima pag pumasok ako sa
Bakit? Ano ka na? Radioactive ka na ba, sir?
Dikitan ako ng isang agnostic katulad ni Richard.
Ayan tayo eh. Uy, hindi ako agnostic ha.
Hindi magpaliwanag ka.
Purple lang. Purple lang. Sir Ronald, so essentially that was your excuse for being late. So we appreciate that you dropping by us mortals. Sir Ronald, so eto na. So I think we have no less than Trillanes last night confirming to us na tapos na talaga yung momentum ng pababa ng numbers ng mga DDS. We saw that also in the Okta survey, also in the Magdalo survey. Is this press the bottom moment, press the panic bottom moment, or this is just a snapshot of a slight reversal that could be reversed yet again, Sir Ronald?
Can you see me panicking?
There
Last week,
go.
you were panicking last week. Last month, nagmumura ka na sa Choco. Paki-replay.
Alam mo naman sa mga surveys, it's a moment in time.
Snapshot.
Yes.
Nung panahon na yan, ano ba nangyari? Halimbawa, yung survey period, basically, na-cover niyan yung December tsaka yung January, na ang prominent ay yung GAA. Yung budget na dinedepensahan ni Richard, no? Yun yung moment na yan. Kaya, ang gulpi dyan yung gobyerno. Tapos nabago yung narrative from the Duterte na nakasandal sa corner early November, no? Dahil sila. Kaya nagbago. Kaya nga medyo umangat ng konti, yung pinakamalaki ang ginastos sa pre-campaign period, si Aimee. Dahil siya rin yung senador na bumanat dun sa budget. No? Kaya makikita mo that's a snapshot of that moment.
Okay.
No? Halimbawa, hindi covered yan yung impeachment.
Right.
So yung impeachment may help change the narrative. No? Hindi kasama diyan itong mga banat ni Tatay Digong, no? Na papatayin niya yung 15 na nino-normalize niya ang impunity. Nino-normalize niya ang murder, di ba? No? Kaya
I'm shocked.
Two-edged sword yan. No? So baka sa next survey, pwede na naman niya magbago. Lalo na ngayon, monthly na ang survey. No? Kaya,
okay.
Kaya
so may pera na?
Hindi. Dahil pag campaign period na, every month na yan. 3 months lang naman yan.
Yep.
Kaya pwede yan magbago.
But that's, di ba, yung...
Pero at the same time, wake up call yan.
Yeah.
Dun sa mga natutulog sa pansitan, no, yung mga nakalubog pa sa kangkungan, teka, gumising na kayo. No? Pag medya-medya pa yung inyong mga sinasabi, ngayon dapat scale up na kayo. No? Kaya this is a wake up call.
Okay.
Dun sa mga laban sa impunity, yung laban sa itong Duterte narrative, na pag bumalik yung mga yan, hindi lang yan iwi-weekend yung mga institutions katulad ng presidente siya. Wawasakin niya yung mga institusyon.
Yeah.
No? Lalo na kung yung anak niya yung babalik. na sabi nga niya, nung anak niya, hindi siya nakakalimot, hindi siya nagpapatawad hanggang kamatayan. So,
At saka yung patay, pati yung patay tatanggalin nila, di ba?
Oo, tatapon sa
sa West Philippines.
Kaya yung mga Hedaria, yung mga Chris, no? Yung mga yan, no? Magtago na kayo.
Wait. Christian or Christian?
Pareho.
Nahuli kita. Yan talaga to.
Chris, Chris. No?
Basta ako nakatago dito. Dito ako nakatago.
Sa akin, mahihirapan sila.
Mag-underground ka naman.
Tama yung sinabi ni Sir Ronald. Wake up call, huwag maliitin.
Yeah.
Mga Duterte. Kasi diba, ako last year pa lang sina-sound off na natin.
Magka-comeback yan.
Solid eh.
Yeah.
Malakas eh. It would take a lot more to para
demolish,
Tsaka hanggang ngayon wala ka pa rin naman itatapat kay Sara kundi si Tulfo eh. Kumbaga ganun pa rin sila kalakas hanggang ngayon na it takes a Tulfo para tapatan. Wala ka pang pwedeng itapat na who would win over Sara.
So would it be a good thing ba na si Tulfo pumasok na yung tatlong Tulfo doon sa Senado para magkaroon ng isang political dynasty that can topple that other political
But
dynasty?
the problem is, diba, si Bongo has a good chance. Someone said Bongo could actually top this race if magkakainan yung dalawang Tulfo, there's a disqualification. And Willie Revillame is coming out of nowhere. Ranjit Rai was using the term na baka mag-Robin Hood factor din ito. So we could do some...
I doubt it. No, paano na-expose na? Iba kasi nung tumakbo si Robin Hood, di pa siya masyadong exposed eh.
He came from behind, ganon.
Tapos kumanta siya eh.
Wonderful tonight.
Pero ngayon,
Tapos
exposed
siya
na
ng
siya.
vitamins.
Si Bongo, medyo malabo rin yan for a higher position. Huwag niyong kalimutan.
Hindi,
Usually,
but if number one siya?
Yung mga nagtatap sa Senate, hindi na nanalo for vice or president.
Cynthia Villar, Grace Poe,
to Grace
Bong
Poe,
Revilla,
to Mar Rojas,
Yeah.
etc. It doesn't...
May curse ba yan? May curse ng number one.
No? Iba kasi yung iboboto ka sa Senado, iba yung iboboto ka as a chief executive or as a vice president. No? Iba yun. Ibang mundo yun, ibang multiverse yun.
Yeah.
No? Kaya,
Kaya
you had a Ramos, no?
Yep.
You had an Erap, you had a Digong, you had a... siguro yung pa lang dyan, yung medyo normative si GMA. No? Dahil,
straight star.
Pero matagal niya pinaghandaan yan. Tsaka nangyari kasi yan dahil sa isang uprising.
Right.
Ang gamit niya yun. No? So medyo naiiba yan. Pero all the rest, they're almost black swans eh. Hindi sila inaasahan. No? Even Erap, no? Dahil wala naman siyang machinery, wala siyang partido, no? Wala siyang mga tao sa mga LGUs. No? Pero nag-landslide siya. Bakit? Kalaban niya, debeles siya eh. No,
machinery.
Yung kwan. Ganun din si Pinoy. Namatay yung nanay, naging Black Swan.
But
si Digong ay outsider, the Punisher, naging Black Swan. No? Who knows? Dito sa parating na 2020, mahaba pa ang runway eh. More than 3 years.
But Sir Ronald, all of this assumes na there's not gonna be a seismic change because in 2022 we saw something completely different happen, right? You had a pro-incumbency vote in a presidential election, which was not the case always, right? And then you had the first majority. So you can say that was one-off yan, that was a freak accident, but you could also say maybe that's the beginning of a new dynamic in Philippine politics in the sense that, kaya Sara could hold on to this until 2028 if she survives the impeachment. So I completely agree with you. I always say gray swans or black swans yung most of the presidential candidates, except suddenly things change structurally. So what I'm worried about is structural things have changed over the past 6-7 years, including rules of the game. Pwede ka na mag-joke na patayin natin ng 15 na senador. So my sense, Sir Ronald, is I'm becoming more skeptical of using historical references as a trend line analysis for the future, precisely because I think the ground has shifted. Things that were applying before are not applying anymore. And at the same time, topping the Senate race may not get you the presidency or vice president, but gives you the gravitas and the kapal moks to try to run for the higher office. Practically anyone who top it, had higher ambitions immediately or tried to... I mean, Robin, as we speak, is the guy who's a backup option if ever Sara doesn't run, right?
I'm telling you, I'd love to see Robin Padilla run because honestly, I agree with Ronald here. Kahit na tumakbo si Robin Padilla, he will not win as president.
Yes.
And it's better that he runs instead of Sara. Kasi I think Sara, even as she is right now with all the things she's facing, has a better chance of winning than Robin Padilla.
Actually, gusto ko lang makita si Robin Hood Padilla nakasuot ng robe sa trial.
Grabe!
Okay na ako nun. Okay na ako ron. Gusto
Grabe.
ko makita siya naka-robe, no?
Anong klaseng robe?
Kasama niya si Bong Revilla, si Lito Lapid, no? Naka-robe sila, no? Mga hukom, mga judges. Dignified. Yun ang gusto ko makita.
Pero yung andun pa rin yung...
Andun pa rin yung bigote.
Totoo ba yung bigote niya?
Ingit ka lang eh.
Wait. Sir Ronald, kaya naman
Pero
natin.
bilang sagot doon sa nire-raise kanina ni Juan, no? Sabi ko nga, I agree with Mark, hindi mo i-underestimate yung mga Duterte. Mga disruptors yan eh.
Yeah.
At itong mundo natin ngayon, it's a world for disruptors. Kaya nga may nakikinig dito sa show mo eh. No, dahil sangkatutak yung mga iniimbita mo mga disruptors. No? It's about disruption eh, di ba? Pagtaob ng lamesa. Kaya hindi ko sila i-underestimate. Pero at the same time,
Don't overestimate also.
nagbabago yung landscape nga. I agree with you. Halimbawa, may mga disenchanted na sa Marcoses, may disenchanted na rin sa mga Duterte. From a high of 93%, below 50 na sila ngayon. No? Sila pa rin ang top, pero dramatically bumaba.
Yep.
So, kung totoo yung Okta survey na ito ay Marcos 38, 16 yung mga Duterte.
18 na siya, 18.
18. Meron kang almost half of the population naghahanap ng alternative. Dahil ayaw na nila rito sa historic victory ng Uniteam. No? Hindi ko sinasabi na si Lenny yan, pero Lenny has a solid 9-10%. Hindi yun maliit nung nagsimula siya noong 2022. Si Risa merong 4-5% na tumataas. Ibig sabihin, pag na-impeach si Lenny, it will be, si Sara.
Oh my God.
Medyo malelevel.
Baka may alam si Sir Ronald.
Medyo malelevel yung playing field. Pero kung hindi siya na-impeach, meron na rin disenchantment sa kanya. Kung titingnan mo yung mga surveys, mataas siya, pero saan ba siya nanggaling? Ang usapin dito, hindi naman absolute numbers eh. Ang usapin dito, the movement of numbers.
Yes.
No? Paano ba sila gumagalaw? Pababa, pataas,
Pero yung
plateau?
nga, nag-stop nga nung January yung pababa ng Pro-DDS kasi momentum din yan. Speaking of momentum.
Yes, because of the budget.
Yeah.
No?
Because of the budget. But do you think the budget issue is just temporary? I just want to ask Chris, kasi Chris, yung GAA issue really did hurt the administration.
Yeah, absolutely.
On so many levels. And I think the communication was weak. There's nakalatag online, 3 months na nila binibuild itong koraptong mga, kami million lang, billion tong mga to. So, do you think the BBM speech in Lawag the other week, do you think that parang medyo yung mga vloggers sila lumalaban na rin, yung mga loyalists.
Nagkaroon ng momentum after that speech. So, totoo lang.
So, may reverse momentum na.
And ang gusto ko din nga sabihin, tama yung sinasabi, wake up call for the Marcos admin to take this problem head on.
Yeah.
Kasi ikaw din naman ang parating nangungulit kay BBM na parang masyadong
Indirectly.
Ikaw pala eh. Ikaw pala nangungulit eh.
Indirectly. Just to be clear.
Ang news sa amin ngayong umaga, ang balita sa mga vloggers ngayong umaga, isa sa mga vloggers ng DDS, yung inimbitahan sa TRICOM, isang leader ng Maisug sa Cebu, sinerva ng warrant.
Right.
Because of a post, sinabi niya na ospital daw si General Torre, na may picture pa na peke na naka-ospital, na si Torre. Pinaaresto siya kanina. Kinonfiscate yung mga cellphone, yung mga ano.
Tama lang yan.
So, yun yung isang example na the admin should take this problem head on.
And then General Torre just filed the case against...
Pero dapat kasi, ang pagsabihan nila, yung administration senators. Pero mo yung presidente, banat ng banat, tokhang, no, COVID, mismanagement, corruption, formally, betrayal, no, pabor sa China, etc. Tapos yung mga kandidato ng administrasyon hindi nagsasalita.
Sir,
para naman lone ranger.
Sir Ronald, pangalanan natin.
Ako na, yung
pangalanan natin.
Nakita ko yung ano.
Are you talking about the senators or you talking about candidates?
The candidate senators ng admin.
The candidates, okay.
Di ba may kandidato? Ba't wala nagsasalita?
May kahitano ka dyan, parang...
Tapos nag-press con sila, sabi ay, huwag na tayo mag-away, no? Mag-unite na tayo para sa... Ano ba yun?
Sir, ang pinaka
Pero
nag-trending...
hindi kaya ano yun? Para strategic din yun? Para may makuha pa rin sila from the other side.
Yes. Pero, nasa isang administration slate ka, nandun yung presidente mo, bumaba na, tapos ikaw...
But at the same time, Marco, tignan mo naman, look at the double speak ni Amy Marcos. So, trying to court both sides. What's happening? She's canceling herself na from the loyalists at saka sa mga DDS. Naka-cancel siya on both. Because nasa gitna siya eh.
Pag sobra ka namamangka sa dalawang ilog, no, ilalaglag ka ng dalawang ilog.
Except kung gawa ka ng sarili mong ilog, parang Saudi style kasi may 1 billion kang panggastos sa campaign.
Yes, pero kahit may billion...
Ano yung the line ba yun?
Kahit may billion ka, in 3 months, time, less than 2.5 months, mahirap gumawa ng ilog. Dahil quick burn dapat ang labanan ngayon eh. Quick burn no? Kaya, nasa lawag na siya, baka iwanan na niya yung kabilang ilog. Pero siyempre, dahil hindi rin makalimutan ng administration na tinawag niya mga demonyo, yung nakapalibot sa presidente. No? Minura niya lahat ng mga...
Congress naman yata daw yun.
Kaya baka ilaglag din siya sa dulo. Diba? Right. Dahil hindi rin nakakalimot yan eh. Hindi ko sinasabi hindi nakakalimot si First Lady.
Of course, we're talking about Imelda Marcos, the greatest First Lady. No, Chris, I want to go back to you. Do you think that BBM clarion call, of course, nakita ko, di ba, ang dami mga meme na every time na may banat siya, no, tapos yung mukha ng mga candidates, yung tawa-tawa na gano'n. Parang, wow, Cayetano, PDP laban, Pacquiao, gano'n.
Paliwanag mo muna yung clarion.
Ayan na naman tayo. But Sir Christian, bago kami mag-text ni Ronald na ayos-ayos natin daw what is your thing? You think Marcos can now get the ball rolling or baka one-off na naman yan? Magtapang na naman siya and then mamaya mabait na naman siya. Or hindi na, election na eh.
Kaya pag nakita mo ngayon he stepped up during the rally Doon yung
kick-off.
Ano yan?
Consistent na siya ngayon.
Tatlong bampan niyang...
Wala akong kinalaman dyan.
And not just that, even the executive departments are starting to move. The NBI now filed the charges against Sara Duterte. You've got General Torre filing charges against Digong. So nakikita mo na the wheels of the executive department and the power of the administration is starting to work na coherently. It's all synchronized na. And that's what he needs to do. At tingin ko nare-realize na rin niya o kaya yung mga advisors niya are now telling him, if you want to do this is it right now. And pag makita mo, the effect of this through the election will result in seeing more of the allies winning as senators, which will now perfectly place them into the start of the impeachment trial.
Tama yung sabi ni Chris. Yung sinasabi
bakit lahat tama? Hindi lang
yung sinasabi,
ako lang hindi tama. Tama si Mark, tama si Chris.
Ito yung clarion call ni Richard. No? Clarion call. Ang problema, yung clarion call, hindi pa naririnig ng Senate. Dahil kaka-press con lang ng Senate President with a see-through t-shirt, no? Kakawalan niya. Tapos kinumpara niya si Jesus kay Sarah. Wala naman daw clamor. Parang nung i-crucify si Cristo. No? Wala naman daw gano'n. Kinumpara pa kay Jesus. Si Sarah, di ba? Yun. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa niya naririnig yung clarion call ni Richard. No? Dahil yung mismong Senate slate niya, hindi sumusuporta sa kanya sa mga rallies. Di ba? So dapat naman, itong mga kanyang mga candidates for the Senate, yung overwhelming majority administration sa Senate, dapat naman marinig yung kanyang speech na ang message dito ng presidente, are you with me or against me? Kakampi ko ba kayo o kalaban? No?
Or better,
yun yung message eh.
Pero better yet, I like what BBM said is, are you pro-Philippines or pro-China?
Yes.
Yun na yun eh. Or are you pro-EJK? Patayan?
Pro-crimes against humanity? Pro-corruption?
Or rule of law? Yun. Maganda yung pagka...
Ang problema, Chris, parang wala pa nagre-respond sa mga senador.
Ano naman, with Cheese naman, tingin ko talaga, with Cheese, I think he's really playing this kasi nga, alam naman ng lahat na malapit siya kay First Lady. Kaya mas maingat siya. Tingin ko yun lang yun, more than anything, to be able to show impartiality in a way.
Tsaka he doesn't have the numbers. In fairness, si Trillanes was very sympathetic na ipit talagang kamay niya.
Pero
baka matanggal siya eh.
Ang issue kasi ng impartiality, walang kinalaman doon sa pag-convene ng Senate as a trial court. No? Yung forthright. No? Yun yung doon siya forthwith. Doon siya nababanatan.
Forthright kailangan din natin, pero forthwith.
Doon siya nababanatan eh.
Yes, okay.
Bakit dinedefend niya na July?
After SONA daw.
Ang ibig sabihin ng forthwith, hindi fourth month. Doon siya binabanatan eh. No? Hindi maapektuhan yung kanyang pagiging neutral, above it all, by convening na.
Yes.
No? Forthright. Hindi yung dinedepensahan mo pa si Sarah na para si Jesus. Nagmumukha siyang bias for the other
Walang,
side.
naka-see-through talaga. Wait lang talaga.
Actually, hindi ko napanood kaya hindi ko alam. Talagang kinumpare niya si Sara Duterte kay Jesus Christ.
Kung saan yung microblading. Meron din
Kaya binanatan ko na siya kagabi.
Papanoorin ko nga to. Hindi dahil sa see-through shirt papanoorin ko dahil sa sinabi niya. Pero with regards to cheese, sige. So, tama ka dun, it is because of the, parang the delay that he's causing. But at the same time, I think naman may point si Richard na, and like what I was saying,
ipit yung kamay niya.
Naipit nga dahil nga inaantay niya makita kung ano ba ang ihip ng hangin. Kung manalo tong mga alyansa, and then sabi niya, go! Ngayon, banat na tayo. At least higher chance of conviction.
Hindi ko nga sinasabi na siya ay na-pressure ng Iglesia ni Cristo. Wala akong sinasabing gano'n.
At wala akong sinasabing na ma-ambition siya in the future.
Wala akong sinasabing gano'n. No?
Wala rin siyang ambisyon.
Pero, baka maapektuhan din yung kanyang Senate presidency dahil kailangan lang dyan, simple majority
Yes.
Ikalawa, pag sinabi mo na magsisimula ka sa after the SONA na napakatagal na, pwede ma-technical yung impeachment no? Pag convene nila sa July or August, pwede nila sabihin, ay, sorry, dapat pala nag-convene tayo ng 19th Congress para may continuity. Dahil na-file yung impeachment sa 19th Congress, tapos nag-convene tayo ngayon, baka hindi pala pwede. So, na-style bulok tayo, di ba? Yung na-technicality ka. Kaya, mas safer na hindi naman matatapos talaga sa 19th Congress. Safer na simulan mo, ayusin mo yung rules, simulan mo, at matapos sa 20th Congress. Para hindi ma-technical, Hindi tayo ma-technical. Yun yung hinihingi. At yun ay sui generis. Yun ay forthright, Hindi ka pa nagmukhang nilalabag mo yung konstitusyon, Na more than 4 months bago ka magpo-forthright. Diba? Ano yun?
Forthwith po.
Forthwith.
I mean, I'm all for forthright po. Wala akong problema sa forthright.
Itong show na to, forthright.
Ikaw, Chris, I wanna ask you. So, do you think dapat i-pressure talaga each of this candidate? Kasi we had si Crush, si Camille Villar. Thank you.
The new Villar.
Viral na video.
Bagong
Tinanong siya, pro-Philippines or pro-China?
Thank you.
Tapos, thank you.
Tuloy nilagay yung mukha ni Cynthia Villar. Ay, wala kaming magagawa dyan. Tapos kumukurot ng kanyang security guard. Grabe din ang tao. Yun ang problema.
Nagagulpi si Camille doon. Yung thank you niya, di ba?
Sinagot naman niya yun?
Lumalabas ngayon sa viral ngayon.
Hindi niya kailangan.
So nakalusot na si Mark Oleta. Kasi kagabi may mga nag-Google Maps. Pakita si Mark Oleta. Ito yung West Philippines Sea.
Narinig ko dati sa kwento Bucon.
Si Mark Oleta.
Think clean, thank you.
Thank you. Parang ganang gawin sa buhay yung principal na yan. Thank you. Pero in fairness si Camila, hindi dahil crush ko siya, parang gumaling siya umarte, sa dami niyang commercials. Kasi kung tingnan mo yung mga first commercials niya, parang siyang yung parang speech, parang my family, tapos yung pabalik-balik sa... Pero ngayon parang, okay na siya,
Hindi ko alam ang ibig sabihin, pero yung bunso ko, pag nagaganyan ako, sabihin sa akin, talk to the hand. Talk to the hand.
Grabe naman, mean naman mga Gen Z ngayon. No, but there should be pressure, di ba?
Si Camille nasa lahat.
Pero sa dami ng kanyang gasto, sa dami ng kanyang mga ads, sa dami ng kanyang mga thank you, labas pa rin siya ng 12.
Yeah. Hindi mananali si Camille Villar.
Labas pa rin sa kanya ng 12.
Uy, huwag kayong ganon. Marami pa rin bakante. Marami pa rin marami pa rin lugar ang pupunta.
Actually, tama si Chris kasi. Practically, pinagtatalunan na lang is yung last seat. Practically.
Cannibal na yan.
At ang naglalaban dyan, 6-8.
Oh, jeez.
Dyan sa last seat.
Sige, pangalanan natin. Bato. Aimee, si
Tolentino,
hindi, medyo labas na Abalos, Kiko,
Bam, dati si Willie Ong pero umatras na, So, Camille.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun yung nasasayangan ako eh. Dahil nag-withdraw ngayon si Willie Ong, may magboboto pa rin sa kanya sigurado. Alam mo, that could have gone. Sayang eh. Parang that could make the difference between certain candidates.
Noong 2019.
Na-print
Noong 2019, mas mataas pa siya kay Jinggoy tsaka kay Marroas.
Wow. Sayang. I wonder, may ini-endorse pa si Willie Ong. Sana mag-endorse siya ng isa eh.
Yes, please. No, seriously. He has to remind people, please vote for ito yung mga ibang candidates or at least yung i-pressure niya ibang candidates na i-carry forward yung kanyang adikain.
Lalo na yung mga nasa dulo. Yung support niya, may tip the balance. Yung dun sa top 8, mahirapan na yun. Pero yung last 4, yung endorsement ni Willie Ong can make a difference.
Yeah.
Pero agree ka ba kay Sunny, sabi niya kahapon, yung kalaban kriminal na billboard ay tumulong sa awareness daw. 100% na bigla. So, yun daw yung disruption hindi by design, by accident. Dahil ang liit nung kalaban kriminal, Abalos.
Kung hindi manalo si Secretary Abalos, pwede naman siya bumalik sa pag-artiste.
Ang dami niya na maalala mo. Kaya meron na siyang mga
sa
parang mahilig siya sa mga artista.
We're talking about, of course, the craft and the aesthetics of the business. Ronald.
Actually, hindi.
Pero, wala ba siyang yung haircut niya, ganun pa rin, yung parang Jackie Chan style. Ganito yung shades niya, di ba?
And the shades.
Parang ganun yung...
Pero turuan mo yung kanya. Paano may mga video siya na sumusuntok siya ng
Ayun.
punching bag, di ba?
Pinagaya niya sa Darian.
Dapat yung punch mo, hindi manggagaling.
Magka-shoulder problem ka.
Dapat sa hips siya
sa twist niya.
Hindi ba siya nag-boxing nakasalamin?
Nakasalamin!
Pero kaya nung pinapanood ko siya, hindi pa naparambol sa dapitan.
Walang twist eh.
Dapat ganun ka.
Galing talaga ni Sir Ronald.
Pinapanood ko eh. Sabi ko, galing sa braso.
Tsaka magka-shoulder injury kayo ganun, mag-overextend. So, baka naman, gusto niyo ng coach, boxing coach, meron tayo sa Rosa.
Pwede.
Si Willie, tingin nyo, medyo sure na o medyo delikado pa rin?
Well, delikado pa rin siya. Pero habang
doon sa Magdalo, hindi siya magaling. Pero doon sa Pulse Station,
dinadala siya ni Senate President Cheese eh. Dinadala siya. So, value added yan, no? Tapos mga iba pa, no? Kahit inamin niya kay Gretchen Ho na hindi niya alam kung ano trabaho ng senador, parang hindi napansin.
Pero may press con siya kahapon na parang sabi niya na medyo unti-unti like the pieces of the puzzle are coming to him as he moves on. Ikaw, how do you feel about potentially one of the top 5 candidates, if not higher, is still figuring out ano bang trabaho ng senador? Isn't that frustrating, brother?
It's frustrating because nakita na nga natin how Robin Padilla performs, how Bato de la Rosa performs, how even Alito Lapid is non-existent. Non-performing. So, parang akala ko nga natauhan na yung taong bayan regarding the way, clowns like Bato de la Rosa perform. Tapos, etong ngayon, Willie Revilla comes around. Tapos, magta-top 5 pa siya. Parang nakaka-frustrate
Chris, that's why, the voters need to see alternative candidates. No? Dahil halimbawa, meron kang Mark Gomboa, may Heidi Mendoza, etc.
Meron kang Krista,
Yun ang tanong ko sa Ronald Kasi, parang napapansin ko, yung mga botante, hindi naman tinitingnan yung performance It's more of yung how I feel about this likability ng kandidato.
It's about emotions.
Pero at the same time, we were just talking about it off-cam, kami ni Richard. Sabi ko, hindi ko mabintang ang botante sa mga pinipili nila. Ang mabibintang ko ay yung mga candidates kasi sila may responsibilidad para ipakilala yung sarili nila. They have to do more than enough to be able to get people to know them. Alam mo, kahit na hindi platforms, kasi nobody reads platforms.
Ang ko nga dyan, the Miriam Defensor Framework. From out of nowhere, biglang sumulpot si Miriam as a judge. Tapos nagmarka with her antics, with her anti-corruption message, at nag-number 2 siya. Sabi nga nung iba, nanalo siya.
Number 2 pala siya.
Sabi nga nung iba, nanalo siya. Pero nanggaling
you're talking with the presidential race.
Walang partido.
Nanalo daw yun
yung
Palawan lang yun.
At wala pang social media nung panahon yun, no?
Wala na, panalo na
yung kanyang disruption, nagmarka. No? Sa panahon na wala pa yung social... Lalo na ngayon, no?
Ako gusto ko lang i-note din, yung lessons ko din sa aking sariling campaign. kasalanan pa rin ng mainstream na, yung mga main channels pa rin ng may kasalanan eh.
That they reinforce the same candidates, same people.
Ako kahit mag-ikot ako, buong bansa, it all comes down kung anong lumalabas sa TV eh. Kasi nananalo, si Lito Lapid, artista, si Willie Revillame, may show, tapos ang masama pa dyan, from October hanggang January, na nakadeklara na kami kung sino yung mga tumatakbo, yung mga stations, tanggap lang ng tanggap ng mga advertisements. So, ang nakikilala ng tao, yung mga may budget lang na kahit na sabihin natin legal yan sa Supreme Court, it's still...
Basta self-reinforcing cycle.
Mark, capitalist pa rin yung ating lipunan eh.
Yun.
So, hanap buhay ang mahalaga.
Basta yung Gramsci.
Yung mga socialist katulad ni Richard, no? Ay, kwan pa yan, no? Iba pang multiverse yan, no?
Hanggang dito lang kami.
Ang punto ko hindi maaalis yung capitalist na pagtanggap nila ng mga commercials from October to January. At least, bumawi naman sila doon sa mga deserving na candidates. Para bigyan ng airtime, bigyan ng kasi nowhere near enough. Paano gaganahan yung mga deserving na...
Ganun na
For example, magandang sabihin nga, Heidi Mendoza, isang magandang example nga, kung sana yung GMA, ABS, TV5, bigyan nila ng oras para mas makita.
Actually, may rules ang COMELEC eh. Pag meron debate, dapat yung 6 na po imbitahin. May rule yung COMELEC.
Right.
Pero
the top naman will never attend. They don't need to eh. Yung mga iba yung nag-a-attend.
Ang attend yung labas ng 12. Yung mga nasa top, ayaw nila magkamali.
Yes, they have nothing to gain by attending that eh.
Pero at the same time, magandang entablado sa inyo. Then required lahat ng
And Heidi Mendoza did very well. And by the way,
aplikante.
And Miriam Defensor called her sister, right? Yun yung sinabi na back in the day. Kasi grabe yung risk sa kanya when she was exposing sa COA siya na paano ni Miriam. And she exposed.
Naabutan pala ni Miriam si Heidi.
Talagang papatayin siya.
Sabi ni Heidi noon, tatakbo ko na kahubad. As a symbol dun sa...
Sinabi niya?
Win. Kaya love na love.
Back then. Okay.
Tapang niya.
Ang punto ko, ang point
si Mark, hindi naman tatakbo na kahubad yan.
Mark, alam mo, ganito sa akin.
Ay,
ang punto ko, you need to give incentives para yung mga tipo ni Heidi Mendoza in the future would be incentivized to run. Kung bibigyan sila ng airtime, kung bibigyan sila ng mas maraming ng mainstream media. Diba? Kung at least manalo-matalo, mas nakikilala.
Ako lang i-imagine si Richard.
Parang si Sir Ronald ang na-imagine ko yung natatawa ako.
Actually, sa akin lang, Mark, nobody deserves the airtime. Nobody deserves to get airtime. You have to earn it. What I'm saying
is... Make it happen.
Oo, like, maganda yung sinabi niya. Maganda yung sinabi niya kayo, no?
Pag-iisip natin, the same people will win.
Hindi, pero ang point ko,
ang issue niya reinforcing kasi.
Ang sinasabi ko lang, Mark, the system remains, no? You have to disrupt the system.
That's right. But you have to be the one to do something. Ang point ko is, these people are known because may ginawa sila. Hindi, pero I'm saying, baka nga pag ginawa niya, let's say for example, I'm going to do an oblation run para magprotesta dito sa sistema. That gets your name in the media. The media will cover that.
Si Heidi, nung sinabi niya, maghuhubad ako para i-expose ang mga anomalya.
Pero kung ginawa niya
iba yun.
Lalabas siya.
Hubad na.
Kasi tignan mo, si Heidi ngayon, napansin ko parang tumataas siya pag tinignan mo yung ranking niya. Plus siya, hindi siya negative.
24 na siya.
Tumaas siya sa ranking eh. So, may ginagawa siyang tama. Look at somebody like si Luis Espiritu. Si Attorney Espiritu.
Si Luke.
Si Luke Espiritu. Palagi siya nagmumura. Sinasabi niya, gago to. Ito talaga si Ganon. Calling everyone out. He's doing what he needs to.
Of the left.
Sure. But he's doing what he needs to do to get his name out there. Yun ang punto ko.
Kaso nowhere near enough to win. Kasi ang mananalo, yung artista,
kailangan mo pa rin to keep doing that.
Look, Mark, Risa lost twice bago siya nanalo.
Yeah.
So, hindi naman kailangan manalo.
Manalo agad, yes.
Mahalaga magmarka kayo.
But Risa was already from mainstream media. She already had... Ang point kasi niya, I do not disagree with any of you. I agree with all of you. I think point lang ni Mark.
Ano kaya masabuti mo?
Wait. Hindi.
Para maganda usapan.
Disagree ako. Wait lang, kunyari. I'm just being diplomatic.
That was my message.
No, ang point ko lang, sinasabi ni Mark is the field is already so tilted in favor of some people na dapat kailangan ng, I don't want to use the word positive discrimination, pero proactive reaching out dun sa mga ang baba ng awareness kasi 100% na halos lahat eh. Kung 4% na awareness, ang laki ng room for improvement.
Ang sinasabi na namin ni Chris, the system will not change.
Yes,
it will remain. So, ang role mo, within those limits, no? ay maging disruptive.
Masyado naman kayong cynical.
Oh,
At saka hindi
system can
hindi cynical yun.
Kinuha nga nila ako sa media Ay, ikaw rin pala.
Doon sa system will not change. Kasi the thing is, 3 station lang yan eh.
Hindi,
You only need to pressure 3 stations.
Pero Mark,
Actually, more like 2 na lang.
the big disruptor now is social media. That
Hindi
is the
din I disagree din.
Pero malakas ang social media.
2 of the biggest social
Yeah, yup.
media stars
He should-
na kasama
yeah.
namin. Si Bosita, si Willie
40% pa lang awareness nila. Ang baba pa rin niya.
Si Ong malaki. Pero it's still not, they're the biggest sa amin. Pero
Si
it's still
Ong
not
kasi
enough
tumakbo na. But
to make it
Bosita is
to
40% lang.
Oo, 40%
With all
lang.
the millions of following, majority of Philippines don't even know he exists. So
Kaya
that
yun-
means
yun ang
social
kulang
media
pa
has a
rin eh.
limit,
So,
pare.
it still comes down
Maybe
to
sa
the-
local,
Of course,
ay
tama
baka
yung
LGU
disruptor,
pwede.
Kailangan talaga namin gawin yun.
Air war
Pero,
yun eh, air war. What you're talking about is air war, right?
If we want to, sa akin lang to be more, mas maging, mas bigyan lang ng airtime yung mga
Ang sinasabi ko
deserving
lang,
na.
Mark,
Nabigyan.
Give
ang
more
sinasabi
chance
ko
to
lang,
others. Give
coming
more chance to others.
Coming from the Miriam Defensor Framework, kaya sabi ko framework siya. Pag may ginawa ka na talagang magmamarka, kahit yung mga mainstream na yan, na naghahanap
You mentioned
buhay,
it.
wala silang choice kundi ilabas ka.
Yes.
At least sa news.
Yun
Ang
yun.
problema, ilan lang yan.
Yeah.
Ilan lang yan. Out of the 12 na mananalo, 24 na mananalo. Naalala ko din si Ping Lacson before, di ba? Before naman, he served as
PNP chief. Yeah.
Tumalon pa senador kasi siguro na-impress yung tao doon sa niya. So,
Pero okay, interesting. Like in the case of General Torre, di ba? No one knew about him. In fact, the people
Yes.
knew him was about yung traffic incident na ganun. Parang issue was na-demote pa nga siya eh. And then he did the Kiboloy thing.
Yes.
Next thing you know, buya ka siya.
Yes.
So, even if you're a senior official,
one event.
for you
Yep.
to stand out, you have to have like one amazing thing. And to
One
be honest,
moment.
bro, on my social media, no offense Sir Ronald, ang pinaka mabenta online, si Torre. Like pa si Torre, like,
Yep.
is this bot like millions of people like ang
Yeah.
love you and
Parang
this is
si,
genuine.
parang si Congressman Luistro.
Yes,
yun. Biglang
Oh.
siya ngayon yung mataas sa mga congressman.
Yeah, and sa lahat, it was all because of the Quadcom.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
one questioning niya, the way she lined up
Alam
the
mo, ang
question,
tingin ko,
putsa talagang
No one knew
Biglang
him from
boom.
Income, di ba? Wala nakakita.
Now everyone's-
alam niyo sino,
Si Dan Fernandez, parang nagsisi.
ang
Kasi
mag-ano
wala
dito
alaw yun
sa impeachment, ang tingin ko ang mag-arise, yung defensor ng Iloilo.
Si Rona.
Yung defensor? Lawrence ba? Defensor ng Iloilo.
Ah, yeah.
Isa sa mga abogado sa
yeah.
impeachment.
Yeah,
Kasi he's good looking,
Yeah.
matalino.
Yeah.
Tapos yung sa impeachment, may mga ganong moments. Pero
Si
mahirap
Richard,
kasi
good looking din, pero wala namang ipa.
Wala pa rin. Ganun daw. Hindi, pero yun yung sa akin lang.
Mamaya na lang mag-usap tayo.
For media to look at you,
Nag-apply ka na
tama
sa
si
campaign
Ronald,
manager,
you gotta do something for them to want to look at you.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example, even for me. May mga lumapit sa akin ng mga party list na kung pwede daw magpa-interview o may mga iba naman dyan, kandidato na nagtanong kung pwede magpa-interview. Ang tanong ko sa sarili ko, teka lang, I don't know you, I don't know what you're about. Effort
Yeah.
for me to interview you, spend 1 hour of my time on my channel, yet you bring nothing to the table.
Yeah.
Yun
I
yun.
see what you're saying.
Pero if you
Ang
bring
difference
something to the
kasi
table,
sa
I'm
party
gonna go
list-
after you. I'm gonna say, can I talk to you?
Ako
Ang
pa
difference
maghahabol
kasi
sa'yo.
Oo, yun
Ang
eh.
difference kasi sa party list, you only need 300,000 votes eh. Nagawa yun ni Busita, kaya yun ni
Yeah.
Willie Ong, kaya yun ang problema sa senador, ang laki nung
Yes.
You need 40% of the votes.
Hindi
maybe,
kakayanin ng purely social media.
Yeah, not saying that it's social media lang. All I'm saying is, talagang for anybody to want to look at you, make yourself attractive to look at. Do something. Whether it's
Kaso-
good publicity or bad,
Hindi.
pare kahit na
Kaso,
magmura
paano
ka,
yung mga-
gumawa ka lang.
Baka mamaya
Yung mga-
mag-bold medium, mag-Viva Max.
Yun ang problema, yung mga deserving, yung mga matatalino, pero hindi naman sila willing na maggawa ng something outrageous, di ba? Paano natin ma-elect yung mga
Yun
ganung
din eh.
klaseng tao?
Like, are we making yung shamelessness and kind of a prerequisite to run? Parang
Not
this guy did.
shamelessness. Just do something to me. Was Luistro shameless when what she did? No. But yet her name matunog ngayon. General Torre, honestly, I've never heard of him.
Well,
Nakita ko
fairness
lang
guy,
yung pinanindigan niya yung mahuhuli niya si Kibolib.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, ganun lang.
Ako, personal experience ko kay Pinoy, number 18, 19 siya sa Senate, sa survey. Tapos, until maglabas siya ng isang ad na nakapos ang budget. Pero sabi niya, lagot ako sa nanay ko.
that statement.
Yung feeling ng mga Pinoy,
Na-guilty
lalo na
tuloy
tayo,
mga tao,
na
yeah.
takot sa mga nanay, di ba? Kaya hindi tayo gagawa ng masama. Hindi tayo magiging corrupt. Nagkaroon ng traction. Nag number 4, number 5 siya. Just because of that, ha?
Parang hindi
How
applicable.
about ano?
Parang hindi applicable sa'yo yung...
Lagot,
ano.
lagot. Kaya hindi ako tumatakbo.
How about ano din?
Ayaw mo relate na relate ka. Parang
Subsidy
ayaw mo
for-
Hindi, relate ako na nagkaroon ako ng personal experience na nag-leapfrog si Pinoy.
Yes.
Kung labas ng 12, 18, 19,
Yeah, of
naging
course.
number 4, number 5. Parang kanya eh.
Oo,
Yung sinasabi
naalala ko yun,
na,
oo.
ano ba yung message na magmamarka ka?
Yeah, you
Ano
need
ba yung-
one.
Parang tulpo, ipatulpo mo.
Yep.
No? The weaknesses of the institutions, ako tutulong sa inyo, cutting corners, diretso ako magmumura, pak. Diba?
But ikaw, ang dami, sir. Lord Toronaga, Manas. Ang dami mong mga mga nicknames.
Iba yung aking political trajectory. Iba yung aking political trajectory.
Ayan.
Kasi nasabi ko lang,
Dictatorship ang hanap na.
Stalin ko lang, Mark, no? Ito yung limits ng system.
Yeah.
Hindi yan magbabago. Within those limits, how
Work
do we
out
operate?
something,
We
yeah.
cannot wish away the system.
Yeah.
The system is gusto natin, walang dynasty. Hindi mawawala yan.
Hindi,
No?
ako,
Gusto
ano,
natin,
Ito na lang sabihin ko, brother. You can see where you're a pioneer. You're a pioneer. Just like any pioneer, like they just discovered the whole talaga may growth pain yan, pare. I see your frustration But you have to accept that's the price you pay as a
Ang
pioneer.
trajectory ko is 2028. Halimbawa, kung ako ikaw, no? Iiwan ako ng marka rito, lessons at 2028, here I come.
Yeah.
No? Yun
Hindi,
yung point.
ang punto ko lang, kasi
I shall
nagreklamo
return.
tayo kung sino yung mga na-elect, kung sino yung mga napapasok sa Senado. Pero ang may kasalanan talaga malaki dyan yung mga major stations. To be honest, sila sisihin natin.
Sila ang
Lalabas yung
kingmakers.
episode difference
Sir,
there.
by the way.
Sila ang-
Episode natin lalabas.
Sila ang kingmakers, no? Hindi si Vic Rodriguez.
Totoo, oo. Hindi si Vic Rodriguez.
Wait lang. Parang may nagbalita sa akin na yung mga fully book at ay medyo nagrereklamo na kasi ang laki ng espasyo, wala naman daw bumili.
Uy, bumili ako 1,000 pesos yun
Oh my God. Mas mahal pa siya sa mga Jordan
Ayun,
Peterson and
1,000
Andrew
pesos.
Tate.
Bumili ako.
1,000 pesos. Mas mahal pa kay Enrile, yung libro ni Enrile na.
Saka usually, hindi ako bumibili ng libro na yung cover, yung isang buong muka.
Tapos yung mukha ay not necessarily.
Ikaw ba, Vic, gagawa ka ng libro, autobiography.
Gawin natin, Sir Ronald. Yung mukha talaga natin nakaganin tayo. Sir Ronald, gawa tayo ng mo. Kung siya kingmaker, ano naman sa'yo? Ay, parang ayaw ko yung gusto sagot.
Hindi ko na sasagutin. Ha? Unless gusto mo sagutin.
No. Yung sinabi niya, no. Okay, Sir Ronald. Just tell us the politically correct version later on once we're done. Ikaw, Chris, okay, so your point to Mark is, basically, bro, I'm sorry, it's really part of the pioneering. Anything pioneering, it's like vlogging. Like when you start, walang makapansin sa'yo, dalawa lang yung views mo. Kami, frustrated kami kasi we start pa from mainstream media. You imagine, dapat million agad ang views. Shit, 2,000 lang, mga
Si Chris, napapanood ko ng pandemic, wala akong magawa.
yun lang. Sabi, di ba, coach to? Ibang klase, magaling to.
Sino yan?
Kwento natin.
Oo nga.
Ngayon, sabi ko, magaling talaga to. Parang may meme coin siya every year. No, but you're evolving. You're constantly dynamic evolving, right? So in fairness, you embody what you're saying.
Yung kaibigan ko, si Atty. Enzo, biglang nakita ko ba?
Uy, oo.
Nagto-250,000 na subscriber.
nag-quadcom
Sino
na.
si Atty. Enzo? Siya ba yung...
Nakuha ni Mark Coleta.
Siya yung
party.
ino
Yung
ni
binanatan ni
Marcoleta.
Marcoleta.
Leftist siya, di ba?
yes, oo nga.
Diba?
Leftist yun, di
From
ba?
out of nowhere din yan. diba?
Galing.
Pero in fairness, masipag siya. Like everyday, nagpo-post siya ng multiple ones.
Hindi, pero kinakat kasi niya eh. Ginagawa niya
Ay, yung slice, yung style ko, yung slicer.
Isang pan lang yun, tapos hati-hatiin niya.
Parang Hidarian.
Oo, diba?
Slicer boy din pa.
Oo.
Ilocano ba yan? Or hindi?
Bicolano.
May naman, siguro. Interfaith. No. So, Mark, your sense is, the mainstream media, you're making a lot of money anyway. Wag mo nang hintayin yung mga candidates to give you high rating. Anyway, you must maybe you want to have a special effort to give chance to
Special
A
effort.
lot of money. Magkano yung kinikita mo dyan?
Saan?
Sabi namin,
Hindi, yung mga
Station.
network.
Media.
Yung mga
Ah,
network.
kaya ko si Mark.
Ah,
No,
okay.
the mainstream media, they make a lot of money out. See, naghanap lang.
Grabe, ang mahal naman. Ang mahal ng GMA7 ngayon.
Ang maganda na meron tayong Heidi Mendoza. Ang point ko, maganda kung meron tayong 10 Heidi Mendoza na tumatakbo.
Or Luke Espiritu style na binibigyan ng chance.
Ganun
Hindi, sa 2028, at least 6 yung sigurado ko. na may mark, magmamarka,
Yeah.
at the same time, winnable. Di ba?
Right.
At may 3-year runway ka eh.
Ah.
Si Lenny nga, just a few months yung runway eh. Imagine kung si Lenny meron 6 months. No? Na bago siya, nagpasya siya before the filing of candidacy. Yung momentum niya would have been different. Ang hirap mag-create ng momentum in 5, 4, 6 months, di ba? Hindi ganun kadali yan eh. Nagpasya ka during the filing, di ba? Hindi ganun kadali yun. Pero, nag-number 2 siya. She got 15, 16 million votes. Yun yung boto ni Digong nung nanalo. Yun ang boto ni Pinoy nung nanalo. Pero yung quality ng campaign, hundreds of thousands, 12, 15 hours na sa rally, may dalang pagkain, dala yung pamilya, di ba? Hindi hakot. Imagine mo yung quality nila. I haven't seen anything like that since EDSA. Di ba? Ang problema, hindi na harness.
Sir Ronald, we'll go back to that pink issue, the Lenny bump and all. Diniscuss din namin yung favorite friend natin, si Sentry kahapon. Bumait siya bigla kahapon. Sabi ko, Sentry, ano tayo? Michelin tayo ngayon.
Talaga? I doubt it.
Hindi na mabait siya kahapon, promise. Pati siya parang, nga na, ang bait ko, kasalanan mo ito. Ikaw kasi sinabi mo, magpakabait ako. No, but okay.
Kausap ko lang siya kanina, nagmumura eh.
Off the record nga. Ito ang point ko, Sir Ronald. Ang worry ko is, these elections might produce so much bad outcome for the progressives and na wala na silang gana for 2028. Should the opposition at least get 1 or 2 good candidates in and good enough for the others to have a momentum for 2020? What if itlog na naman sila? 8 diretso na naman mangyari, tapos mamaya nagbi-bitcoiner na yung isa.
Dalawa lang ang kandidato eh.
Oo nga, dalawa lang
Dalawa lang ang kandidato.
To begin
Ano
with.
bang inaasahan mo?
Sino pa ba?
You want Heidi at least top 20, you want Luke top 25, you want Mark at least top 30.
Pero ngayon, dalawa lang. But 2 are actually within striking distance.
Yes,
So,
Yeah, should one of them at least win?
that's
If none of them wins, is that like...
Sana, pero hindi ko sinasabi na after matalo itong dalawa, makakaroon na ng PTSD, hindi na makakabangon. Dahil from the very start naman, no?
May PTSD na.
Oo, dahil the very fact na dalawa lang ang kandidato mo. Ngayon lang ako nakakita ng opposition, hindi pala opposition, independent, na lumalaban.
Yung isang independent, yung isa opposition na independent.
Dalawa lang yung kandidato, no? Dalawa lang yung kandidato.
Kasi dalawa lang kamay eh. Dalawa lang kamay.
Kaya hindi mataas yung aking expectation for this election. Ang target ko is 2028. Doon pwede tayong maihanda. Doon pwede mahaba yung runway. Doon pwedeng i-harness mo yung disenchanted sa unity. No? Alam mo, kung tama yung Okta survey, na kalahati ng populasyon naghahanap ng alternative.
40%.
Yun yung mo.
pero pwede mo na yun i-harness for this election. You have enough of a
Hindi pa
runway.
tapos eh. May chance pa eh.
Kaya yan.
Pwede namang i-harness. Sabi ko lang, bakit late?
Ang feel ko lang, Sir Ronald.
Ikalawa, bakit dalawa lang? No? At least, ano yung, para saan mo hina-harness? Kaya nga sinasabi ko, limited itong 20. Ano nga, isa lang, sa dalawang kandidato, isa lang yung may tsansa. Diba? Isa lang may tsansa. No? At ang pinagtatalunan, yung last seat. Diba? Ang hirap niya. Masikip. Masikip. Kaya nga sinasabi ko, without illusions, dito sa midterm, mag-prepare tayo.
2028, simula na ngayon.
Okay,
Pero natanong ko sa Ronald,
halimbawa, kung na-harness yung pink wave noong 2022.
Tapos na tayo dyan, Sir Ronald.
Kasi sinasabi ko
I
lang,
don't wanna really take it. Ang point ko lang.
Sinasabi ko lang, Richard,
I
kung
get it.
na-harness siya, iba tayo ngayon.
Iba tayo ngayon.
Baka kandidato natin 10.
Okay, ito kasi issue ko. Mark, please, if I want you to come on this kasi the issue right now is can there be a Lenny magic? Sinasabi ni Trinas, she should go all the way out and all in and all. But the downside is if walang manalo, if Lenny goes all out, walang nanalo.
Damage good siya.
That's my point. Do you get what I'm saying? May trade-offs yan eh. Because people talk as if, effort lang tayo. But my point is, if you're thinking long-term, you want to be careful sa mga bala mo ngayon. Because if you overshoot and all, ma-injure ka, yari ka sa next.
Ang problema niya, committed na siya eh. Ang vice president niya si Kiko.
So, panindigan mo na.
Nagsakripisyo na hindi tumakbong senador para
campaign
maging vice president.
manager. Na-successful in many ways.
Si Bam, nagsakripisyo. Hindi maging senador, nag-campaign manager.
Right.
So, medyo committed na siya dyan. No? Win or lose. Nasabi mo nga, pag nag-lose, may tama sa kanya, di ba? As a contender for 2028.
And the brand.
Pero lahat yan kasi kayang lampasan eh. Yeah. Actually, hindi pa masyadong na-develop yung brand niya noong 2021 going to the election of 2022. Ngayon, merong panahon para mag-develop ng brand sila ni Risa. Dahil it's a battle of brands. It's not a battle of platforms, no?
Yep.
It's not a battle of vision. It's a battle of brand, not of analysis. No? Tayo, mayaman tayo sa analysis eh. No?
Di rin.
Ulit lang daw. Si Richard, habang natutulog, napapanaginipan niya, structural analysis. Di ba? Pero, kailangan mo ng brand. You have to get the attention of people in 30 seconds sa TikTok. Tapos, pupunta ka sa YouTube for 15 minutes. Tapos, tsaka ka magtiteaching.
Ikaw, wala ka pang TikTok. Ikaw ka, Mark, you were saying. Sorry, I caught you there.
Hindi, tama naman yung sinasabi ni Sir Ronald na yung sitwasyon ngayon, delikado pa. Isa lang yung may chance ang manalo. Start preparing for 2028. Start to grow yung iyong umbrella. Yung showbiz side, siguro magpatakbo ka ng isang artista na deserving naman maging senador.
Ang dami eh. Ann Curtis. Ann Curtis, akbayan ng in-endorse niya. Siya lang yung ibang artista kung ano-anong in-endorse nilang scammy eh. I'm sorry, I'm disappointed.
Si Nadine Lustre.
Piolo Pascual.
In-endorse si Laila.
Yeah, at least, right? So meron kayong couple of good, eto mga artista na Angel Locsin, hopefully, whatever's happening, I hope she'll come back stronger and whatever, like Pia. So there are a couple of, Jano Gibbs, I think, wants to pull off a Zelensky down the road.
Mga ganun kasi you need to grow yung umbrella mo mas malaki eh. And siguro, welcome din yung mga tipo nga nila, like sila Ellie, a different type of progressive, to grow yung umbrella ng progressive.
Parang sila ni Luke Espirito, paras ng style nila. Palamura, Tolfo style.
They complement each other nga.
And ang problema ngayon, ang problema, parang nagpa-plateau si Luke.
Parang
ngayon eh.
Baka kailangan niya ng ibang disruption. No?
Parang gasgas na yung style niya. Parang paulit-ulit na lang eh.
Who should lead the pink opposition heading to 2028? Lenny Risa, sabay ba sila? Co-leaders? Ganun ba yung mangyayari?
And should Risa accept that Lenny will be the one?
Sinasabi ko nga, 3 Maria eh. Diba? Meron kang mayor sa Naga. Sigurado mananalo si Lenny. Meron kang incumbent senator. Tapos posibleng meron kang congressman. 3 Maria yun. So meron silang kanya-kanyang entablado. Yung isa local. Dito sa Naga. Huwag mong kalimutan, yung dito sa Makati. Si Binay. Tapos meron kang senadora na siya yung pinakamatino sa Senado. No? Tapos meron kang bagong party list na mag-iingayan. Katulad ni Luis Tro. No? Mag-iingayan. So, 3 Maria ka ng oposisyon.
So, yun na yung pinaka-base mo na. Ang isang problema ko pa, Richard, na-open mo din, sa Caloocan, parang hindi ko din masyadong ramdam yung from the pink opposition side.
Support for.
Pero kung isipin mo...
Caloocan is a conservative country. No? Yung 2/3 ng populasyon dyan ay nandun sa Bagong Silang, Bagong Baryo, Camarin. Ito yung mga relocation site ng urban poor. No? Marami dyan ang naaalala si Marcos. No? Kaya sinasabi nila, Caloocan is a traditionally Marcos base. No? Kaya hindi masyado nagmamarka yung pink. Tapos yung maglalaban dyan, si Trillanes at si Malapitan ay parehas Marcos. No? Yung kanilang dala. Kaya walang iba eh.
Hindi, pero ang
kahit si Egay, hindi pink ang dala eh.
No? Hindi, ang punto ko is yung from the grupo ng pink to support Caloocan. Kasi I would imagine, if you have coming to 2028, if you have a base na ganun kalaki, na yung mayor ay kakampi nyo, kakampi naman talaga nila, kasama nila na kinakalaban yung Duterte admin nung it would really help yung sa movement din. So parang hindi ko din masyadong nararamdaman eh. Na masyado yung...
Hindi, but let's be honest, Trillanes, has he burned a lot of bridges? Ako, tanggap ko na maraming galit sa akin na butthurt na iba dyan. But I think Trillanes...
What are you saying? You think he's burned bridges?
I think he kind of overdid that. I mean, I'm saying this as a friend. I think sometimes medyo hinay-hinay siya kasi gets naman natin where he's coming from eh. Parang... Kasi kaya appreciate si De Lima. Si Ma'am De Lima also risk her life and all of that, just like Trillanes. But si Ma'am De Lima medyo more cautious siya in terms of criticizing yung feeling niya. Uy, wag. Kasi I get where he's coming from. Uy, wag naman kayo maglambot-lambot dyan sa, I'm risking my life. Parang feeling ko lang there's a way to do it. Lalo na kung yung background mo, tatlong ko, macho, ganyan. I just feel maybe he has to tone it down. Kaya kahapon sabi ko,
Again.
Coming from me,
Again, lagi
coming
natin
from me.
sinasabi si Heraclitus, di ba? Character is destiny. Diba?
Uy, tayo malasado.
Yan yung kanyang character.
Malasado.
Yan yung character ni Sunny.
As a matter of fact, ngayon, mas like na si Sunny Trillanes compared to dati.
Hindi mo naman kailangan maging hindi naman nila kailangan maging kaibigan si Sunny. Pero kung tanungin mo si Sunny, how does he identify politically? Ang sasabihin niya is pro-Risa. Si Risa yung...
Yeah. Matapang. Gusto niya.
Pero at the same...
Mas mabuti na yan kaysa yung mga iba naman.
Pero malakas yung ibang side ng opposition also.
You don't have to be friends with...
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think he has to be careful a bit.
Pero at
to
the
be
same
honest.
time, ako with me, with Sunny Trillanes, this is how I look at it. When I first saw Sunny Trillanes, yung mga pronouncements niya, cringy siya sa akin eh. Yung mga iba. But at the same time, I'll say, agree ka?
Bakit ka tumatawa na
Ang punto ko,
Natuwala ako sa ginagawa ni
Hindi.
Cringy.
Hindi kasi sa akin,
Oh my
even
God.
though I cringe at everything he does,
Oh my
but
God.
I agree with it. And ang lakas ng loob niya to do it. So when he started, he was this guy na parang you want to avoid eh. Yun yung parang ako, di ko to
Pero,
kaya.
pare, gawin mo yan.
Pero gawin mo. Exactly.
Lalo na-
Pero hindi ako yan, ha? Ikaw lang.
Lalo na panahon ni Tigo.
Oo.
Ay, oo, grabe na yun.
Binanata na yan, minura lahat na.
Oh.
Pero pare, everything he did, I was like,
Yeah.
actually, Tam, ang lakas ng loob mo.
You're
Oo.
good, bro.
Oo, pero iwas tayo.
Lalo na
You're good.
Lalo na in retrospect.
Yes.
Diba? Ngayon,
Oo.
diba?
Kaya nga ngayon,
Nung panahon na yun, na habang naggaganon
Oh,
siya,
parang,
ako, special ops ako sa
hari-
ilalim.
Oo.
Siya nakaharap na.
so kaya ngayon, sinasabi mo sa akin na he should tone it down. Hey, his brand is not toned down.
bro!
So his brand is go all out.
Ganito na lang.
Bam!
Against
If-
your teammates,
No,
put
if
niya.
Lamborghini can have more, I don't know, carbon efficiency adjustments and still be a Lamborghini, if Maserati can become electric
Yeah.
and still Maserati,
You're like-
I think he still can become the same matapang guy, but a little bit of it.
No. It's like saying a Mustang should tone down the
Electric na ang
or
Mustang
the
ngayon, bro.
Oo nga, pero it doesn't have that same di
You
ba?
can put the,
DNA.
di ba,
Pero yun lang, yun na sa akin.
Kasi against Lenny.
Parang ako. Parang ako.
medyo,
Parang ako, Richard.
naapektuhan din ako eh.
Gusto mo ba ako maging subdued? O, natawa si Mark.
Let's just
Ganun yun eh.
Sir Ronald, let's be honest. If I allowed you to be yourself, matagal na tayo completely canceled. Right? So at least now half canceled lang tayo.
At saka ganito, for me, with Trillanes, sige. You know, your evolution is...
Bro, galing mo!
Your evolution is different from forcing a different parang
still
packaging.
young.
You're
He's
trying to
young.
create a
It has
packaging
to be natural.
Yes.
Diba?
He's still young. At saka ako naniniwala ko, baka I'm reading too much Huberman and all, neuroplasticity, you know, with meditation and all. You can a little bit adjust. Like, if you met me 5 years ago, cringe ka rin sa akin.
Hanggang
I
ngayon.
still do. I was gonna say that.
I was just about to say, cringe ka rin sa
Diba
akin.
yung mga ibang TikTok mo, like, diba nakita mo na, parang ano pag ginagawa na in charge.
Cringe ka rin sa akin, pero twice yung cringe. Si Mark nga, lumalapit siya sa akin. Sino
Lalo
po
na.
yun? Aminin mo, Mark, di ba?
Lalo na pag
First time mo nilapitan,
lalo na pag
cringe ka
nasa
rin.
shadow boxing ka.
Ayun!
Talagang, oops.
Oy, tinanong ko si Alan Herman doon, ha? Sabi niya, ikaw ba nanglahit sa akin sa kick ko? Hindi pa yan all-out pages. Hindi ako yan, ha? Ano yan? Si ano yan? No, gumagano na si Alan Herman.
Sabi lang naman namin ni Chris, cringy.
Yan.
Ayan!
Hindi ba sa nag-disagree kami? No?
So, never mind.
ang punto ko lang,
Never mind, never mind.
For the pink opposition,
Oh my
kailangan
God.
yung to grow the umbrella, create more alliances. Yun nga, yung mga kakampi nila sa Iloilo, yung siguro yung anak ni Marojas.
Coalition building, coalition building, yeah.
Yung mga hindi nalalayo sa, si Mayor Joy siguro,
yeah.
o kung sino mang...
Ikaw sumagot dyan. You're the organizer. You're the Gramsci boy. Bakit ang kalat? Like, why not Bam and Kiko also bring a little bit Heidi? Maybe Heidi doesn't win this cycle, but at least you can put it out there. Heidi Mendoza last night was telling me, ang hirap na hirap sila dun sa One Sambayan to put them together.
If I were going to organize the campaign, so meron kang dalawa na winnable. Magdagdag ka ng 4 na kahit hindi winnable,
For the next...
pwedeng
Oh.
mamarka sila for the next election at hahawiin yung daan mo para makapasok ka. Ibig sabihin sila yung babanat doon sa last 4. No? Doon sila mamarka. Babanatan si Bato, babanatan si Aimee, babanatan si Camille Villar, the richest family in the country, and yet sila yung author ng rice tariffication law na pinataas ang bigas. No?
Thank you.
Ganun yung banat mo, di ba? Babanatan mo
Correct.
yung mga nasa
Yun nga,
last
exactly.
four, tsaka yung
Exactly.
labas ng
Ready
four,
ka na for
yun
that,
ang titirahin mo. No? So kukuha ka ng 4, no?
Yeah.
Ng role nila magmarka at banatan
Right.
yung kadikit mo
Attack.
para ikaw ay pumasok.
Yeah, attack team,
It's
advance team,
about
yeah.
strategic sa next election, tactical for this election.
That's a very good point.
No? Yun yung gagawin ko. Kung nga, pero hindi
No,
naman
that-
hindi naman ako nagpapatakbo ng kampanya nila.
Pero
For
nakikinig
2028,
naman
ano
sila.
gagawin niyo?
Nakikinig sila.
2028, maglalagay ako ng 6 na winnable, tapos na 6 na investment for the next cycle of election.
Na naman,
ganun. No?
Long game yan. You play the long
Yan yung,
game.
It's a long game. It's a Toronaga game.
Yeah.
No?
Lord Toronaga.
Yan yung laban mo.
Exactly,
Pero,
show
ang kaibahan ng 2028 is for the flag. Labanan for president at saka vice. So, yung Senate slate mo, hindi lang para manalo. Para suportahan
Right, yeah.
yung vice president at saka president.
Cushion and
Yun yung
all,
kanila, no? So, i-design mo yan eh, no? Strategy,
But let's talk about the
tactics.
LGU level. Kasi puro tayong national. And here I want to get more point of view from you, Chris, again. Again, why did you choose to run for councilor? Why not also do disruptor, national, ganon?
Because I can do a lot of good for the
And you're gonna
community.
learn, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
and for the community. Yun lang sa akin eh. For me kasi, you wanna do a test case and build your base. Kung base mo Mandaluyong o local. Tapos you do something really
So
well.
Vico Soto style talaga.
Sure,
Oh,
tapos
yeah.
lumakas ka dyan and na-realize mo, yan base support mo locally.
tama.
From there, tapos let's say Congress or mag-mayor, then from there makita nila, may ginagawa ka, then jump outwards na.
Huwag niyong kalimutan, all politics is local. No?
Yeah.
At nakita mo paano nagmarka yung dito sa Makati.
Yeah.
From out of nowhere, naging Vice Mayor si Jojo B. Dahil siya ay
Exhibit A talaga.
ang packaging niya, whether true or not, ay may nagawa siya sa Makati.
Yeah.
So, yan yung, binuksan niya yung ganyang klaseng tradisyon. Binrake niya yung glass ceiling. Yung local, pwedeng maging national.
Which is the
Yung-
US model, right? Governors as presidents.
Yeah, yung ginawa ko rito, kaya kong gawin on national
Yeah.
level. No?
Governor, presidents,
Ang problema ni
yeah.
Isko ay 1 term pa lang, hindi pa siya natatapos.
Tapos-
Imagine mo kung naka 2 or 3 terms siya, tapos tsaka siya nag-national.
Yep.
Tsaka bata pa siya.
Kasi you had the graceful moment, di ba? Na parang, parang fresh pa ako, beginner's luck, number 2 sa survey.
Ayun, si Biko, si Magalong, pwede nilang gawin yan. Dito sa Baguio, dito sa Pasig,
Yeah.
naka full term sila eh. Di ba?
Yes.
Kaya sinasabi ko, yung framework ng local ay pag nag-perform ka sa local, pwede kang magmarka sa national. Katulad, whether you agree with Binay o hindi, yun yung nagawa niya.
Yeah.
He broke the glass ceiling. No? Kaya yun yung sinasabi ko na mahalaga sa local.
And then tinag-advantage.
May nagawa ka eh sa mga
Yeah.
tao, konkreto, di ba?
Yeah.
May nagawa ka sa komunidad. No, may naayos kang drainage system, no? Meron kang napatanggal na so ganun eh.
Pero yun yung sinasabi ni Mark na parang interestingly, yung mga mas mataas sa position, hanap lang sa kanila, budot, sayaw, entertainment. Pero pagdating sa LGU, very demanding. Very KPI based ng tao.
Alas 4 na ayos, alas 4 na umaga, may nakapila na sa
Ang
bahay ko.
demanding ng tao,
Ay, nako.
Oo, tawag kagad, Mayor.
Humihingi ng gamot,
kami
no,
dito.
humihingi ng gamot, no,
Oo.
humihingi ng pamasahe.
Yung
Hindi
KPI
makapunta
ang
sa
taas.
hindi makapunta
Oo.
sa pagtatrabahuhan dahil kinapos. No, nagising sa umaga, nilalagnat yung
Yeah.
anak. Walang pambili ng biogesic.
Pero alam mo
Wala
Ronald,
ka ng
ano?
time mag-microblade.
Yung
di ba?
napansin ko, ano nangangampanya na ako, umiikot ako, no? Yung isang napansin ko sa akin, sa pagkampanya, unang hiningi nila sa akin pang merienda. Maraming humingi ng pang merienda. Nagulat ako doon talaga.
Buti merienda lang eh.
Hindi. Tapos hindi lang yun.
With 63% self-rated poverty and 12%
Oh, food
starvation
inflation,
level.
grabe.
Maraming
Yeah.
mga tao, once a day lang kumakain.
Hindi,
You're
tapos
right.
hindi
Not
lang yun
merienda
ha.
is everything.
Hindi lang yung merienda, yung ipit. They call it ipit. Yung pala may term sila. Nagtataka ako, ba't nagbibigay ako ng flyer? Yung sa tapat, ako naman. I'm like excited makakuha ng flyer. Tapos nung
May
nagbigay ako,
nakasingit.
pag-alis ko, yung kasama ko mga volunteers narinig, sinabi, kala ko may pang-ipit na kasama.
Sandang piso.
Oo, I'm like, kaya pala excited makakuha ng flyer. Kala na may nakaipit.
Sandang piso.
Pero yun ang sinasabi ko nga na yun ang pinakamalaking problema natin ay pag sinabi mo bakit corrupt yung ating mga politicians kasi corrupt ang ating mga botante. Dahil sila mismo humingi ng pang-ipit, humingi sila ng merienda. Kinumpute ko
But
na
out of desperation. Just to be
No, that's not out of despair.
Expected eh.
Expected na
Oo.
parang
So
pag
it's a
hindi ko
culture.
yes,
Ikaw
it's a
yung mali.
kultura yung
Kultura
problema.
eh.
Kasi tingnan mo to Nung kinumpute ko kasi sinabi sa akin ng isang political strategist na kaibigan natin, Chris, you need 16 million to win. Kinumpute ko bakit 16 million? Kaya pala kasi 100,000 mga 100,000 let's say yung mga botante sa area ko, 100,000. Tapos I give
pesos each.
Yeah, I give 200 pesos each. Yan, compute mo na. You're already at 100,000. What 1 million to 20 million ka na. 20 million ka na just on ipit pa lang So, kaya pala kailangan ko ng ganyan kalaki pero sinabi ko hindi ako lalaban ng ganyan. At the end of the day, papakilala ko sarili ko. Sila na bahala. Sinabi ko doon sa mga humingi, ate hindi kita bibigyan ng merienda pero pangako ko sa'yo pag ako manalo, papalitan ko yung buhay nating lahat sa mga i-implement kong institutional, hindi personal.
Dadaan yan sa...
Pero kung tingin mo, gusto mo personal na kumita lang na ngayon ng merienda, pang ngayong araw lang, wala akong magagawa para sa inyo. Pero kung gusto mo ng pagbabago ng matagalan, may magagawa ako.
Do you think you're connecting?
Yes. Yes. Do you know why? After I left, minessage ako sa Facebook ng ilan sa kanila. Sir, I'm voting for you and my family. And sasabihin ko sa lahat.
Kahit wala kang singit.
Kahit walang singit. Yun yung nakita ko na.
Ipit yata.
Hindi ko alam kung ipit. Basta yun.
Sinisingit kasi.
Parang Sir Ronald, yung merienda nga,
yung vocabulary
medyo kaya-kaya pa kasi paano lang. Ang masakit yan pag yung may mga sakit na.
Ayun. Okay.
Yun ang mabigat.
Kasi mahirap mo.
Hindi, yun sinasabi ko. Ang punto ko doon is kahit counselor nga daw, balita ko nga, marami nga nakapila, naghihingi ng pera. Sabi ko, hindi. Gawin mo institutional yung change na hindi ka na kailangan humingi sa akin. Dahil pagpunta mo ng ospital, libre na. Which is what happened to PhilHealth now. Emergency room now is free. Outpatients are free na. Yun yung kailangan na institutional change. Hindi yung lalapit ka sa counselor mo dahil yung pila, kawawa din naman sila dun kailangan ko ng pera para gawin mo yan on an institutional level, on the local level.
But that takes time, diba? Their thinking is, I'm all for that, but I need the money now, I need the money today. Yun yan. So how do you gap, how do you fill in that gap, diba? In terms of convincing people na, I think in principle they agree with you, but their needs are so urgent. Sir Ron was saying, some of them are just eating once a day right now. So ang hirap na you just get them by the idea and just offering something in the future, right? So how do you close in the gap? Should you still have a charity on the side?
You know what?
I mean, I don't know.
I agree with you and ang inisip ko talaga.
Kaya ngayon ang AKAP, kalahati cash, kalahati bigas. Dahil alam nila may traction yung bigas. No?
Lalo kung kasi 20 kita na kilo.
So meron kang kaunting panggastos, meron kang pagkain.
Alam mo yung binagin mong bigas, sa tawa lang ako kasi yung na-realize ko ang Pilipino talaga malakas sa bigas. Yung kasambahay namin, tuwing wala siya, nakikita ko kung gaano karaming bigas binibili namin ng konti. Pag nandyan yung kasambahay namin, ubus agad yung 10 kilo I'm like, teka lang, kakabili ko lang yan. Ubus na naman, hindi nga ako kumakain sa bahay.
Hindi ka naman nag-rise, wala ka naman.
Kaya nagtataka ko sa
kinuhaan yan.
Okay.
Mo,
ang lakas
sexy ka kasi.
Kahit tinapa ka lang. No?
Yes.
Ka na, diba?
Basta may basta may bigas. May rice.
Isang itlog. Magkano itlog? 8 to 12 pesos. Okay na yun. Isang meal na yun. Basta may rice. Pero kung may pambili ka, meron kang itlog, wala kang rice, gutom ka buong araw.
Yes. Kaya sa akin, inisip ko talaga, yung sinabi mo, Richard, na, paano nga yung pang-araw-araw nila? Kasi you can make the change.
Between now and the reform, right?
Gagawa ka pa ng mga batas nun, mga legislation, paano. So in the middle of it, you get now, the gap is filled by the private businesses. Number one. Ipapasok mo yun and because they want to help naman Ang problema lang ayaw nila binibigay sa gobyerno kasi bad trip pagbigay mo, mangungurakot. Pero kung may makita silang isang tao doon sa loob na sabihin, aayusin natin na diretso sa mga...
So institutional pa rin kasi you're working with a foundation of a certain group na wala namang problema.
For now, yan ang first step natin. In the meantime, as a vlogger, gagawin ko talaga, and I've said it naman, is talagang bubuksan natin yung mga libro na itong mga local governments na ito. Titignan natin talaga kung saan napupunta yung pera. And pag-aaralan natin because ang pinakamalaking problema natin sa local government, hindi talaga alam ng mga tao kung they don't know how to decipher itong mga libro Kahit ano sabihin mo, ano ba ibig sabihin yan? So, simplify it. Teka mo to. Ayan, may butas tayo dyan. Ito, pwedeng isave. I love what Vico Soto did. Yung sinabi niyang, look, we have savings of 1-2 billion pesos. Meron palang pera And then gives it to the people in forms of other services.
Participatory budgeting.
Actually, as a vision, yung mga Scandinavian countries.
Of course.
Magkano taxes nila? 45 to 50%. May nagreklamo ba?
Wala.
Bakit? bumabalik eh.
Yes.
Free university, free healthcare, lahat free.
Education, healthcare, social insurance, etc. So, ibig sabihin, masaya ang mga tao.
Yeah.
The
may
Scandinavian
ROI.
countries are the most developed countries in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
No? Pero, bumabalik. Yun yung nature sana ng civil society at saka government. Ang susustain sa government is civil society, pero bumabalik. Sa atin, ninanakaw Kaya yun yung
cycle,
curse natin, yung cycle na yun. Sa kanila, iba yung cycle Iba yung cycle sa mga developed countries like the Scandinavian
But they struggled for that, di ba? People died for that struggle. I mean, Sweden was not like that 200 years ago.
Hindi, tsaka sa Sweden, 40% nag-migrate. Di ba? Palapit na tayo doon. 40% ng populasyon nag-migrate dahil sa kahirapan. Pero yung natirang 60%, nagdesisyon, we need a social pact. No? Kailangan hindi na pwedeng lahat mawala ka mamamayan sa bansang ito. So yung naiwan, nagdesisyon, we have to develop this nation according to our terms or else lahat na aalis. Tayo, wala pa naman tayong 40% na umaalis. Pero
yung Ireland nga, potato famine. Baka kalate pang nawala. Look at them now.
More than 10%. Diba? Meron tayong 15% ng ating population nagmamigrate. It's mean we're going there. No? Kaya yung natira rito has to decide, Tama na ito, tama na ang dynasties, tama na ang cartel, tama na ito. We have to decide that.
But the hard part of that decision, is the ones that are remaining. Medyo honestly, parang meron talagang educational deficit dito. Yeah, how do you do that to get everyone to agree? Kung moralidad pa lang, medyo corrupted na yung moralidad ng mga tao.
Also,
Halimbawa, we don't have a modernizing elites. Yung ating elites are carpetbaggers. Quick return on investment, di ba? Yung elites nila, nagpasya, we have to give something back sa tao. Or else, magkakaroon ng social instability, etc. So,
should we reach out to the younger generation of these families?
Siguro.
It should be part of it. We should talk to the youngest, yung fourth generation ng
conglomerates. Dahil yung mga elites natin, yung mga Taipans, ang kanila, how do I quick return on investment?
How do I keep my money intact?
Competitive with others.
Yes.
Pero maybe we can talk to the younger ones.
We need a new generation. We have to give something back. Paano mo uubusin ang iyong $10 billion? Interest lang nun no? So, balik mo naman. In a way, yun ang nangyari sa mga elite sa Korea. Elite sa Japan. Diba? Kaya nagkaroon ng stability.
Malaking middle class, consumes their own product, everyone goes up.
Meron pa rin mahirap, pero meron kang big middle class. And you have strong institutions na kahit 1% lang ang growth rate, nararamdaman ng tao.
Exactly. But at the same time, I think the biggest problem of the Philippines is population growth. We have a very big population compared to Sweden na maliit. Mas mabilis i-manage. So when you talk about
sex education lang, ang dami na nakuha.
You talk about 120 million Filipinos compared to Sweden's what? What's the population of Sweden? Wala pang Metro Manila yan
Pero ang ginawa ng Sweden, nagbuo sila ng alternative educational system, the study circles. Alam mo ba na sa Sweden, most people never graduated from the universities. They graduated from the study circles. Self-education.
Wow!
Nagbuo sila sa communities, May sarili silang
curriculum. Next level in Scandinavia, bro. They're like out in this
wow!
Ibig sabihin, nagkaroon sila ng alternative. Ito nga yung problema nila noon sa educational system nila na napaka-exclusive. So nagbuo sila ng local schools.
And they have culture houses. I mean, it's just incredible.
Yung trade unions namin, nagbigay dyan ng Sweden para magbuo ng building para merong workers' universities. Ibig sabihin, ganun yung tradition nila.
Yes.
These are the limits of our institutions. These are the limits of our education. Gagawa kami ng alternative. Hindi lang namin susumpain yung sistema. Gagawa kami ng alternative sa sistema.
Sagutin ko na pala yung invite ng friend mo, yung dating NATO Secretary, yung Democracy Summit sa Copenhagen. Sige na nga, pupunta na ako. Parang nag-guilty ako after
meeting.
Pero
retired na siya
Yeah, but he's now leading the democracy, yung World Progressive Alliance.
Dating head ng NATO, dating Prime Minister
head
na Norway, na nag-drive ng taxi.
Oh, wow! Okay.
Pero bro, Viking. I mean, he's good 10. Like,
of course.
Head ng NATO.
The first time I saw him was in Canada. And he
Jens Stoltenberg.
First time we saw him was Canada, sa Halifax Forum. And he said something like, actually, we Vikings came here first. Before you Anglo people and French people.
Siya sana yung gagawing head ng Norwegian Central Bank.
Yun ang akala ko.
Pero ang sabi sa kanya, i-extend mo yung term mo as NATO head.
Yeah.
Extend niya dahil may gera sa Ukraine.
Yeah. And he did very well. Did very well. So now he's leading the Democracy
Summit.
Summit.
Taxi sa kampanya.
Pero ngayon, retired na or is he still the head of NATO?
Wait, ito yung, hindi na sa NATO.
Democracy Summit na siya.
Pero may NGO siya, something.
Okay.
Global Democracy Summit. So may invite siya nung isang gabi. Sabi ko, patulang ko pa to. Sige na nga, sabi ko gano'n. I mean, I love Denmark and Sweden and all. Kasi naboboard ako doon, parang wala silang problema katulad. Wala traffic, wala.
So sa Greenland, di ka na bore.
Sa Greenland, kasi kukunin na ni Trump kaya hindi na ako na-board doon. At saka mamamatay ka sa lamig kung na-board ka. You need to move. Pero in Scandinavia, it's just so, everything is so nice, bro. I mean, everything's electric sa Denmark. There's no pollution. Everyone's maayos.
Pero yung mga beaches nila, kung talaga, nudist.
Yeah. Ayan na naman. Kaya hindi ko sinabing Norway. Kasi baka may kwento na naman si Sir Ronald.
Pagpasok ko sa sauna ron ako yung natakot Pagkita ko, lahat nakahubad. Lalaki ba?
Okay, so let's get to the last part. Medyo naging delikado na yung discussion. Pag naging nude na yung discussion, kailangan natin tapusin ang we have to...
Usapan nga natin yung see-through na t-shirt ng Senate President.
See-through talaga siya.
Oo.
Ito ba yung mga see-through na alam mo yung mga 1980s
parang
music?
fishnet?
Nag-aerobics yung mga to the right? To the left?
Bakat.
Alam mo yung gano'n yung parang jazz night? Yung mga gano'n, to the right? To the left? Tapos naka-see-through. Tapos ang yung nakaparang pek-pek.
Mark.
Naka-shorty shorts.
Yan, Mark. Cringy na kami. Cringy na kami ni Chris.
Okay na. I get the point.
Sir Ronald, parang no, you judge me, no. Okay, sa last part na tayo. Mark, going back to you, ikaw, ano mga dapat abangan ng tao sa in terms of your campaign? Ano mga gusto mo mangyayari in the coming months? And kung nakikinig yung ating mahal na presidente, ano mga kailangan niyang gawin in the coming months? Because you never know, right? Yeah.
Hindi, ako
pressure siya. Shout out to Speaker of the House! Sabi mo.
Hindi, maganda yung mga bagong pasok sa admin. Sa DOTR, si Sec Vince Dizon.
So, kaibigan. Ano bata ni...
Yusek
dati.
Yun. So, he's someone who gets the job done. Hopefully,
faster,
yung mga legacy projects na gustong matapos ni BBM sa term niya, yung mga dapat masimulan. So, yan, I'm upbeat. Hindi lang medyo, I'm upbeat doon sa pwedeng gawin ni Sec Vince Dizon dyan sa DOTR. Yung sa PCO,
ilan na ba? Si Sir Ruiz yata ngayon ang latest,
yes,
diba?
Oo.
Taga-ABS yan dati,
Si Jay Ruiz, of course, batikan yan sa mainstream media. Pero sa SOCMED, kaibigan ko din yan. And marunong din naman siya sa SOCMED. And, so, upbeat din ako dito sa pagpasok ni Jay Ruiz.
So you think the communication strategy will step up now under BBM?
Hopefully. And yun palang yung palang ginawa niya sa mga kampanya Yung palang pagiging palaban niya. Doon palang
yung mga loyalist vloggers nagle-level up na rin in terms of yung attack nila and all.
Oo, tumaas yung moral, tumaas yung after nung atake na yon. So, after nung mga statements niya na yun. So, sa akin ganun yung tamang this is the year kung talagang plano nila yung na yung mga Duterte, ay yung tao nila dapat gawin talaga kung hindi mahihirapan na coming to 2028. Yan. So,
and TikTok, what about TikTok? How is the game evolving? Kasi malakas pa rin ang mga DDS dyan sa TikTok na yan, di ba?
Ayun pa rin ang kailangan.
Yung problema
yun
talaga.
Ang kailangan. Hopefully, sa bago sa PCO, matutukan nila yung problema sa TikTok. Kasi yung problema sa TikTok, problema pa rin. So, mabigat-bigat yung laban niya. Yung TRICOM, sunod-sunod naman yung mga hearings.
Sa mga fake news vloggers.
Sa fake
Kung saan
news.
may honorary mention kami kasi sabi namin magkaisi sila. Para si Darian. Actually, invitahin yata nila ako, but as an expert guest. Para bookingin ko yung mga kalaman natin dyan.
Wala ba yung Wednesday namin ni Richard? Yung Safe House?
Ano sinabi ba?
Ang gulo natin.
Ako, impeachment ang focus ko. Si Richard ay...
Yung sexism.
Okay,
ulitin natin.
Masculinity.
Ulitin natin. Is it sexist to criticize yung mga... Okay, don't use the term meltdown. Don't use the term outburst.
Unhinged.
Unhinged. Sexist daw yun. We cannot use those terms daw kung babae. Parang we said, ito nga sabi niya, psychopath yung tatay di ba?
Yep.
It's not like Pulong and Baste have escaped our... I just feel, wag naman saan yung ganun yung gender card. Of course, we're just criticizing based on the fact.
Okay na ako sa sinabi ni Laila de Lima, it had nothing to do with gender. Okay na ako noon.
Gusto ko si Laila
Hindi na ako...
Laila, bumait. Dati matapang lang
Hindi na ako Richard Haydarian, napapato, lalabas sa Facebook na, tapos i-develop yung ideological concept.
Siyempre, content creator.
Okay na ako.
Content creator.
Tahimik na ako.
Modern Gramsci.
Ito
it had nothing to do with gender.
Absolutely.
Sa last part na lang. Sir Ronald, yung bata mo, si Vince ngayon ng DOTR, ang problema nila, right of way. Napakalaking problema pala yung right of way.
Kaya makikita mo si Vince, yung kanyang unang salvo, mga low-hanging fruits. RFID, yung bus lane sa EDSA, nasasakay daw siya, yung carousel. So ganyan, ang Vince, kumuha muna ako ng low-hanging fruit. Habang ito mga medium term at long term, tsaka ako
mahirap
yan. So magaling sa messaging si Vince magaling sa messaging.
Tagal niya rin sa
kaya yun yung kagad ang kinuha niya. Mga low-hanging fruits. Hindi kailangan ng legislation, hindi kailangan ng maraming feasibility study.
But he mentioned right of way is a problem. Inamin niya na problema talaga and the target is...
Doon tinamaan si Bautista.
Yeah. He couldn't get around it. Digong could get around it, but basta ina-narco list ka lang niya, alis na kayo dyan, di ba?
Yes.
So, I mean,
realistically. Pero, amitin natin, yung bus carousel, kahit pa paano,
improve naman.
Nakakabawas sa traffic. Yeah. So, yung mga ganyan ang kailangan mo i-develop. Yung mga low
but on the right of way issue, do we need the new legislation? Do we need kasi the new Congress next year, most likely.
Baka diktador ang kailangan mo.
Sir Roland, before you nominate yourself, Mission 2020 pa tayo. No, I'm saying realistically kasi ang daming delays
Ang daming problema sa right of way. So, ang ginawa nila sa Skyway, pinaikot nila. Natapos. It's still 15 minutes from NLEX to SLEX. Kahit may problema sa right of way. Ibig sabihin, kung may gusto kang gawin, may paraan
It just creates more logistical.
So, look at the solutions. Rather than reklamo sa problema, may gawin ka. Ang ginawa sa Skyway, pinaikot, parang ahas, di ba? Pero natapos. Natapos. At 15 minutes from NLEX to SLEX, di ba? Ganun yung hinahanap ng tao di ba? Alam nila may problema. Ano ka, magreklamo ka na lang? Professional filer ka na lang? Kumuha ka ng paraan, di ba? Within the limits of the system. Habang winawasak ng mga Haydarian yung sistema from outside. Within that system, gumawa ka ng paraan.
Bakit parang... and lastly, ikaw, Chris, ano yung mga mensahe mo? How can the people support you? Meron ka na Substack, yung free vlog, website where people can support.
Alam mo, wala pa pala ako nun, yung Substack. Hindi ko nga pala alam pa paano gumawa. Papaturo ko sa
YouTube lang, madel lang.
Ano yung Substack?
Para siyang vlog rin, pero para people can contribute to you, you can raise funds.
I'm gonna talk to you about it afterwards, Pero sa akin kasi, ang nangyari ngayon, it's like, I didn't raise funds.
Sayang.
Kaya nga, I don't know, parang I feel bad kung nag-raise ako ng funds kasi baka I might be beholden to somebody if I ask for money.
No, if it's many people, then you're not beholden to anyone,
right? Alam mo, vloggers. Maraming vloggers, kilala ko, nakaka 1 million naman.
Pero to ask for funds from people, hindi ko alam So, ako, I'd rather just use my money na lang to be able to do it. At saka sa akin nga, yung ginagawa ko ngayon is I'm going to do my best para magpakilala lang sa mga taga Mandaluyong. If it means boosting posts, doing campaign, house to house, mga ganun. Yun lang. Pakilala ako, kung iboto ako, then great, I will serve. I will do my best. Pero kung hindi lang ako iboto, that's really their decision. That's the point I'm trying to make. Ang decision na nasa botante at paalala lang sa lahat ng mga botante na nasa inyo yung kapangyarihan para piliin kung sino mamumuno. At wag niyong ibebenta yung kapangyarihan na yon para sa isang merienda lang o sa isang ipit lang. Dahil sobrang cheap naman nun. Mas mahalaga pa yung boto nyo kaysa sa isang
mag-buffet na lang kayo. Parang
diba? Diba? Yun lang yun lang sa akin. More than anything.
Alright, on that very mabait note, again, parang mabait talaga tayo nowadays. No? Kung mabait tayo, mukhang may dala. Hindi website.
Subdued nga ako.
Hindi website, pero ano tayo? Yun, no?
Yan.
27. Yan. Ayan.
Vlogger natin sa Senado.
Oo, vlog. May jingle ka na? May jingle ka na?
Meron na.
Ano yung jingle?
ilalabas natin.
May sample ka?
Hindi ko dala ilalabas
May budots? May ano?
Oo, sasayaw
Yun!
ako.
Pwede ba sample?
Ako siguro in the next
Last part, magbudots tayo.
next 2 months. Mag-focus na lang ako sa hindi na ako masyadong lalayo. Metro Manila, Mega Manila, malapit na probinsya, mainstream media. Yun na lang din yung and yung mga kampanya na tinutulungan ko sa local, doon ako mag-focus din.
Talagang ka pa rin. Multitasking pa rin. On that very brave note, thank you so much, senatorial candidate Mark Gamboa, Consahal candidate, and of course our next Supremo of our Central Politburo. Just laying safe.
Dudurugin ang problema sa right of way.
Ang problema ko, nag-Politburo kasi sino unang ma-purge sa amin dalawa. Like, kung mag-unahan kayo mag-purge. On that note, thank you very much for joining us for the latest episode ng RC muna, and then medyo late si M, then naging RCM, and then, of course, the biggest of Big R completes the slate. And thank you so much, guys, for watching the most politically correct manosphere podcast in the world. Puro Andrew Tate pang ititira-tira natin kanina. And of course, hindi ko na sabi ng #1 political podcast, baka matrigger na naman yung mga kaibigan natin sa kabilang channel na parating regular naman yung mga kaibigan. Sabi lang natin, the most bashed podcast in the Philippines.
Wala ka pa na isulat.
On that note, thank you very much, guys. And abangan nyo, magbubudots kami in a short while. Thank you all. Oh my God. That was crazy.